to stay. Baby,
put a spell on you. Put a spell on you. Put a spell on you.
yes. 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 The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone.
Like the sunshine, change your heart. Look around you. Change your heart. Look around you. Like the sunshine, change your heart. I need your loving. Look around you. Like the sunshine, change your heart. I need your loving. Look around you. Like the sunshine, change your heart. Look around you. Change your heart. Look around you. Like the sunshine, change your heart. I need your loving. Look around you. Like the sunshine, change your heart. Look around you. Like the sunshine,
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Europe versus North America Showmatch. The best from both sides of the Atlantic. Gonna be slugging it out on the field of Midair. I am your host, caster, analyst extraordinaire, Sin, and we're going to be running through 8 maps today. Both sides going to be playing on each server, so we're going to run 4 on North American servers and 4 on European, just to show what everybody's got. I'm going to be handling spectating, production, casting, the whole 9 throughout the day, so give me a break if I'm a little rusty. It's been a minute or two since the old pipes have been through. We're going to have some special guests throughout the day, some listen-ins, third-person view, first-person view. We're going to take a look at everybody. As we get started, the teams have asked me to provide a streamed coin flip, so we're not going to have any behind-the-scenes happenstance when it comes to picking maps, picking sides. We're going to have the coin flip determine all of that. For those of you who are not aware of the teams, we can go over those real quick. So for Team NA, we're going to have Matin, Clown, Bizzy, Stork, and Implosions. Matin defecting over from the European side, moved to America a few months ago, saw the light, and made his transition. And the European squad will be thecaptaintea, Giohm, Ringo, JP, and Fire.
The enemy captured your flag.
So they're going to play 8 maps, so they're going to play both of these twice. So they'll play Elite, Brynhildr, Minora, and Ingonyama. I'm not sure the order which they're going for in the maps today. So we will just have to roll with the punches. Looks like we might be starting on London. So the Europeans going to play on home turf first. And then as we get going, we'll swap over to North America. All right, asking for a coin flip, so we're gonna jump over to stream here, and here we go, flipping the coin, and tails. Trying to communicate in chat what they want. Okay, flipping again. So Team NA is heads, Europe is tails. And tails again. 3 tails in a row. We will jump over into the Midair scene.
Your team captured the flag. The enemy captured your flag.
Teams getting their sides picked up. T making all of the complaints that he possibly can before the start of the first game. How about now? Mic better? I think it might have, yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Teams firing up. And we are going to go live. So they're electing to start off the first match here Red side will be Team NA. Blue side will be Team EU. I actually should change my settings. And we are live. I hate the way they have these. Okay, here we go. Starting up, so it's going to be Matin, Clown, and Bizzy on offense for the North Americans, with Implosions and Stork holding it down on the defensive side. Fire's going to be out on a front right. He's going to be bringing this one home about half health. Matin on the other side, same status. So it looks like we might enter into standoff defense unless Stork makes something happen here in the midfield. Missed toss! Fire already not able to convert with JP. Giohm going for it, but Stork's going to be able to make that return. Matin looking for it on the other side of the flag. Ringo, no walk chance there. JP gets out a free DJ from Bizzy, and he'll be able to make it home into the other side of the map. Clown looking for a toss over to Implosions. Crash coming in here from Brew. Pretty heavy. Implo running out of time. No chain left. And NA won't be able to secure that one, so it's going to be a full D up from EU. 5 players in the area. Ringo taking a DJ, going up to stand. Implo and Clown, the only chance here. Ringo's going to smartly wait behind the stand and toss off into Giohm. Stork with an E-grab out to the left side. 2 spawns, so he'll go down, and EU will hold this one in field. Dangerous toss out into the right side here. Ringo will be able to pick that one up. DJ's in towards stand. Implo looking for a kill on it. Gets the kill, but this should be secured. It drops off the side. Fire going to be able to pick it up, sit behind the stand. Stork with another E-grab out towards Bridge. Clown and Implo dropping in onto Fire. Fire will be able to make that toss over to Ringo. Captain T should be able to pull down Stork with the chain gun, so that'll be in field for Europe. Fire going to be looking to make it towards the stand. One more shot. Matin able to bounce him off. Bizzy there too. JP not able to take the pass. Looks like Fire through the other direction. T going to go down onto it. Stork with a chance at return. Bunch of EU jumping down into this bowl here. Absolute hell to dig the flag out. And Clown's going to return it in the face of 3. And here we go. 0-0, 2 minutes into it. Neither team wanting to drop position all the way yet. Bizzy going out to the right side. Going to toss down towards Clown. Double chase coming out from EU. Bizzy staying alive. Clown just electing to walk it home. They're going to duel in field. Clown will try that a lot. He likes to make those midfield plays really scrappy. Keep it on the way home. Don't expect a ton of big fast routes from Team NA today. They're more of a kill and go kind of squad. T with a good E-grab out towards the back side of the base. Giohm looking for the return. Clown didn't seem to know where the enemy flag was, or gave up on it. Red will go oob. And we will go again back to both stands. Gonna do a little jump on board here with Matin. Check on his routes from the North American side. Clown can first grab in front of him. Clown also likes to do that a lot. Maybe not the most advised in a full 5 bully pug, essentially. Matin kind of slow to pick things up. Takes a weird DJ. Matin just kind of sat and watched the flag for a little while. Maybe he was expecting a little more spam. Then ended up coming through. Bizzy trying to throw this one towards base. So, again, a lot of scrappy infield play from Team NA, but they won't be able to bring that one up. This go through. Jump on over and watch the European stand for a moment. Clown going to be coming in from the left side. Bizzy from the right. No eyes on Matin just yet, so you expect a back route from him, but he's actually just late over the front tower, so we'll see if EU is ready for this. Bizzy electing to clear as well. T, wise to the information. See if he can get any shots onto Matin. A good grenade, but T's DJ not going to bring him up. Fire with a nice shot! Puts a disc right on the forehead of Matin as they joust through mid, and T with a chance of a return here. Going to be Clown and T fighting for it. Implo will come out now. JP as well in the area, so Europe, good chance of a return on this one, and it will go back to the base. Matin, the only hope now in front of Ringo, gets a good toss. At least it comes off. Bizzy, no chance on JP just yet, and JP will just hover in the air.
Captured your flag.
North America will grant him access to his stand, and Europe will go up 1-0 on their home server. Bizzy coming in from the front light, Matin on the left. Bizzy electing to take it, so NA grabbing in front of a lot of cappers here. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication on who's been seen, who hasn't been seen. T putting a little hunt onto the field. He's going to full kill Clown. So be a two-man offense this run. Clown electing to just jump out on a short route, so no D up from the Americans. Matin and Clown timed on short lefts here. Bizzy going to go into the back right, so this is going to be looking like a double clear and go. The flag's still in the field, so tough to elect the clear here. Gets reset in time. Bizzy not in time.
Captured your flag.
Flag will be captured, and NA now down 2 on the London server. Bizzy going to be moving that one out to the right. Fire there as well, so maybe we get another joust chance. Bizzy just not enough health to do it. Throws it up. T looking to intercept here. He has the distance, and 3-0 for Europe.
The enemy captured your flag.
So JP, T, Giohm, Fire, and Ringo starting to turn it up. A little quiet in the beginning, but they're now up 3. Just over 6 minutes expired. Clown sitting behind stand, trying to do some clearing. Doesn't get any damage onto anyone. A lot of discs go whizzing past Matin, and he'll bring that one, Matin, over the front of the base. Fire gonna fly way up into the back, do a little bit of space turtling, and EU will apply chain gun to the remaining North Americans in the base. So we'll hit a full standoff for the first time in a few minutes. Looking like Implo and Matin holding for NA, and Giohm and Fire holding for the Europeans. Clown trying to do a little bit of fact-finding here. Finds out Fire is hiding behind the right hill. A lot of chain guns still from North America. Looking for players here. Wow, Giohm double Midair. Bizzy and Stork each contributing to that kill. Bizzy looking for a turn. He'll be able to grab it. So the crash now from Europe going to be coming through. JP unabided to the flag. Nobody looking for the front route there. And Ringo will get cleaned up. So going to be, you'd hope to see a little bit more chase from NA here. DJ out from Bizzy eventually will come towards him, and he'll hit the midair onto JP. So that will be held in field for the Americans. So a chance here. Matin going to float up a little early. He takes a ton of chain, not even able to get the flag away. And it looks like Europe's going to return that. Just absolute buzzsaw from the European crash there. Matin had no chance. Clown on the other side with a camp, and JP chews him up. NA just not able to even throw the flag by the time they're murdered by the incoming chain bullets. Matin going to bring this one towards the base, tosses it off towards Clown. A lot of Europe in the area. No chance to keep that one, and JP will make the return. So NA just slowed a pass a number of times, and they're losing flags because of it. So either not enough calls for pass, or just not expecting to get burned up as quickly as they do on the European servers. Complete clunk here from the offense. Absolutely nothing doing. Everybody looking at stand at about 100 kph. That's going to go nowhere every time. And on the other side, NA will hold red in the field. So both offenses stopped for the time being. Stork looking to return this one. Fire going to turn that into some sort of back route. Ringo looking for maybe some sort of grab. Elects to do a little bit of clear. JP and Ringo going to be full stopped here, and Fire gets knocked just a little to the side by Stork. And we will reset to both flags on stand in a couple of seconds. Matin looking to time it. Not a chance. He and Giohm wise to his ways. And blue will go into the field again, just after they'd had it returned. Clown looking for a scoop into field here. T will respawn, and Giohm will hold that one in the field. JP bringing that one over mid. Not enough chain landing on him. He's going to be able to toss here. Throws it towards Fire. A good pass. Fire had a lot of speed. Was already at the peak of his apex. No chance of more chain landing into him. He's going to take the scenic route home. Bizzy trying to take one over mid here. Takes a good bit of damage. Very slow. Bumping and clunking his way home. Bizzy's crutches and wheelchairs and all the other old euphemisms I can think of. You'll hear about him today. Bizzy, the only arthritic player on the field today. Fun fact. Fire and Giohm once again going to be holding the flag. Matin and Stork trying to put some damage into him. Giohm takes a nice Midair. Fire with a lot of damage into him as well, but no third O from North America. And even with the D up, it doesn't matter. 4-0 for Europe. North America can't even hold the flag with 3 men home. And with half the game expired, Europe is half the way to a cap out. Matin looking for a grab here. Finally a clean grab from the North American side. A lot of chain gun looking at JP, but he's going to be able to make the toss off down to Giohm. Already taking some damage from Bizzy though. Bizzy right in Giohm's face the whole time, and North America will put their first one on the board 11 minutes into the game. Fire going to try to carry this one over mid, but Stork will get there in time. JP there though. Ringo there as well. All of Europe trying to do a little bit of scrapping of their own now. Ringo on the wrong side of the rock. He'll get a good punt off. Barely won't make it over mid. Matin assisting. And with only 2 offense, Bizzy's going to make this one over mid with a huge punt right over the top of JP. JP, no stranger to punts if you had followed Tribes Ascend at all. Fire coming in on the right side, so North America puts up 2 quick ones on the board. See if Fire spotted here. He's not. Fire's gone. Nothing there from the NA team. Clown, the last great white hope. No chance for him.
The enemy captured your flag.
And Europe will put a return on the board. Fire electing to stay on a route. That run makes the right choice. And here we go. 8 minutes left. 3 cap spread. Clown coming in on the left side. Not a grab route from him. Matin elects to take it. Again, just NA grabbing in front of, honestly, just better routes. A lot of the time, you know, Bizzy was looking like he was home free there. Now it's going to be trying to pick it up in field. Double chase from EU coming out. Bizzy this time electing to throw a little earlier, so maybe NA getting a little wise to their long-time hold problems. JP on our route, though, took a little bit of damage. He's going to be able to make that home. The crash will get cleaned up, and we are going to jump into a standoff. I'm going to pick this one up on the other side of the map. This time JP be his standoff partner. And we're going to jump on board with Implo. So we're going to look at the NA hold here. Ringo, a big shot into Implo. Implo staring down the barrel of 3 chain guns for the Europeans. And that one not going to get returned. Clown actually able to pick that one up. And for the time being, they will hold, as will the Europeans. So a little bit of D-up from the Americans. Clown going to DJ that one over to Implosions. And we will go back into the view from first person. T going to put a good bit of damage, enough actually, into Implo here, and that one will get returned. So we're going to look at the base for Europe really quick. JP taking a lot of chain gun, looking for a pass, and JP just holds it. So a ton of players just holding the flag too long today, and it's costing their teams caps. Again, a lot of players, as sort of an explanation for that, not to make any excuses for anybody, but you know, in the standard pugs in midair, you can hold for a long time. Not a lot of chain guns going to chew you up that quickly, but when you're looking at the best of the best, you should expect a little better aim. Might take a little while for both teams to adjust in that sense. Clown going to be looking to put on back left. We've been watching the EU stand for a while. Let's jump on over to the North American side. Fire coming through the front right. JP looking to do a little bit of clear. Fire, nothing doing on that one. Ringo coming in from the front left. Europe just trying to keep it moving. Ringo takes a disc to the face, and NA should hold this one. JP's still trying to make something happen. He's looking for something to Matin. Matin wisely taking a DJ and an early throw this time. So he's going to be able to get that one over to Clown. Clown already taking tons of damage. Throws it into the back. Matin able to pick that one up again. A good spawn there from Matin. Tosses it over to Clown again. Some crash will be coming in from Europe. Clown trying to make some sort of dunk. Ends up just spewing over to the right side. Nobody there ready for the pass. Matin will be able to get rid of Ringo. Sorry, Fire with a team kill hand grenade onto Ringo. But T just trying to buy some time. Might try to oob back here. He is way in the back. Is that flag oob? It is not. So someone will be able to hold that in field. No, Fire will be able to kill Stork. So a little bit more time for Europe to crash on this. Stork now making his way back out there, trying to spam some grenades. Fire's just going to try to keep himself alive on the flag. Just make Stork burn some time. Gets the return forced. At least Implo with a team kill on to Bizzy. A lot of team killing going on. Matin able to pick it up. We'll see if he elects to take a DJ. He does not. Wisely floating up into the air. No real routes coming in yet from Europe. Only the front crash. So if NA can clean this up, this might be a good cap. But in the face of 3 players, Giohm just walks into it. And he's going to make it at least over mid. See if he has any meat. Looks like Ringo's going to be in the general vicinity. Stork going to be able to make the play. Stork gets the return down. Europe, a ton of chain gun again. Emplo's just going to try to spew it towards Clown. A lot of Europe still remaining on the flag. Ringo to be able to make it out to the left side. Blue flag down in front of the stand. Giohm with a good shot at returning this. Matin misses the shot. Nothing there. And Europe's going to bring this one home and make it 3 times the score of Team NA. And with only 4 minutes to go, you got to believe that may have been the pin in the first game for Team Europe. A reminder, we are playing on the European servers, so not a wild result. Just going to give you a look at the scoreboard here for a little bit. Implosions doing everything he can. 31 kills. No one else even into the 20s on Team NA, and you look at Team EU, a little bit better of a spread, 28, 27, 25. Fire and Ringo look like they're playing a little bit more cap duty. And we'll jump back into the action. Both flags going to be secure by the defenses. Blue in field, red on the stand. I'm going to just turn this one into a wide back right. But EU wisely holding it in the field. This is kind of like a shot clock if you're familiar with basketball at all. The longer that it just sits in the field, the more time you can just burn off. It's a lot harder to pick it up in the field in midair. It's not like Tribes 1. If you're a veteran of that game, you can shoot the flag around. It responds to impulse. So trying to pick it up in field is a tough game. Clown just looked for a walk there on stand. Nothing doing. Absolutely nothing doing. Matin just they're queuing up on the EU stand. But again, just returned onto the flag. Absolutely nothing there from Team NA. And 7-2
Captured your flag.
now in favor of the European squad. As a reminder, if you're just joining us, we are playing 4 maps on the North American servers, 4 maps on the European servers. And if the teams go 4-4, if they are able to protect home court on both sides, the tiebreaker will go to caps. So whoever has more flag captures in their pocket. So EU putting up a really nice performance here, a 5-point spread. That will put them in a really nice spot to start off the series. Their comms right now are probably looking like just put one more down. Matin trying to make it out here. Just terrible routes from NA. A lot of the game just very slow. Looks like they were trying to pug the offense a little more than Europe, who made it over mid quite a bit. Giohm will take that one into the face. Matin, nothing doing. And Fire trying to make this walk out the right side. See if he'll take enough damage from Implo, and Implo will hit him with a grenade. So with a minute left, NA will hold in field. EU doing a little bit of D up. Matin, again, pretty slow. Busy on a standard bridge route here, and he'll just get body blocked by Captaintea. T just looking him in the eyes all the way home. No other grab that's left. And that will do it. Fire trying to make that one across mid on the other side of the map. You'd expect him to take some chain gun here, and he will go down just crossing mid. Clown not able to make that grab, just K's out. He knows what time it is. Ringo with a good camp throws that one over the top. Bizzy going to be able to get that one maybe over mid. Fire might realize he's close. Chain guns from NA will bring the flag down into the midfield. See if they're able to make a return here. Matin in the area. Stork will get it. Clown throwing on over to the base. Fire with a good camp again. And with 10 seconds left, unless we see a miracle here, 7-2 will be our ending score. T's going to be able to make that return and fire on the stand.
The enemy captured your
So with 5 seconds left, Europe puts a bow on it. 8-2 in game 1. So a +6 spread for them. You got to think that Europe will be happy with that. T sitting on the board with 12 returns. 11 on the other side for Stork. And Europe making good use of their first game on home servers. Looking like we will jump into Bryn here. So sort of the tale of the offenses in the first game. North America not able to get much going. A lot of slow, kind of scrappy routes. Just trying to bully their way through. Two of the best killers in the game, honestly, between Captaintea and Giohm. So it might be time to reset their thought process. Brynhildr a little more forgiving to that kind of kill and go style. Minora, you have a lot of space to DJ and kind of get after people. And we are straight into it. So live onto the second map. We are staying on EU, so it looks like we are going to do the first 4 on the London server. And the next 4 after that. We're going to jump on board here, actually, with the thecaptaintea. Trying to put some chain gun into the face of Clown. He'll leave Clown at about a half health. Matin will be able to make that one out. T was looking for Bizzy here. Taking a 20 health DJ. So a little bit of impulse. Just begging for anything he's got. But EU in crash mode here. T's going to be putting some damage towards Stork. Stork wise to it. Not returning just yet. Clown looking for a toss. And flag for red will get returned. Matin dead on stand. T trying to put some spam into it. Again dead on stand. A lot of blue in the area and nobody able to do anything about it. Blue just going down in the middle. Tons of spam from Europe. Ringo may be able to make the play here. No, goes right past it. Giohm also looking for it. Here we go. The crash on Bryn is my favorite part of the map. T just past his face. He's going to be looking for it. JP looking for a route here. This is very common from JP. He's going to look for this grab and he's going to take it. JP is going to be out to the left side, gets spawned on, and Stork gets eliminated by Ringo. Not a chance to chase in the world. Destroyed exiting base. You know he won't be happy with that. Anybody shoots Stork, it's a Discord message. You can better believe it. Matin going to be sitting on top of the stand, looking for thecaptaintea now. Going to go back onto the back of the stand, into the hands of Implosions. And we will stabilize here on the North American side. On the European side, 3 alive. For the crash here. Stork looking for a return. He'll get blown out by Giohm. Bizzy looking for it now, and he'll be able to get it. Blue flag. JP not able to make the return. Up to Bizzy. Bizzy gets bounced. A nice shot. I think it was a nade from JP. Matin, tons of spam. Fire pushing him all the way to the oob. Bizzy will pick this one up now. Tons of Europe coming into the area. Clown able to pick it up for now. Gets boosted up. Ringo going to be able to take that one out to the right side. Pass towards Bizzy. Team Midairs him. So a chance here for Europe, but Implo doing what Implo does best. Slaying out on the players remaining. Clown actually shooting his teammate a little bit there. A little confusion from the North American side. And the flag will get returned. So just a little too trigger happy there from Implo. And it's going to result in both flags going back to stand. And we will take a look from the back of the European side. Clown coming in from the left. That ever famous first grab throws it into Bizzy, so it works out that time. Had a teammate on his opposite side for a pass. A lot of players near Bizzy. Bizzy actually looks like Fire might have hit him there again. So Fire doing a lot of jousting there in mid. Matin trying to DJ it into stand. We'll see if he can avoid the spam. He can.
The enemy captured your flag.
So North America will draw first blood on this map. Again, this one lends itself a little bit more to the North American style. The short routes, stuff it down your throat, kind of smash mouth offense, if you will. Clown going to be doing a little bit of clearing there, and Bizzy on a nice route. He's going to be able to take that one over mid. Not sure if that was a DJ or if he clunked it. T, a lot of chain into him. Bizzy, kind of a punt toss up to Clown. JP, a nice shot onto Clown. Clown looking for Bizzy here. Giohm be able to make the hero play for a little bit. Bizzy probably will just take this one in. So 2 in a row now. North America starting to find their rhythm. T looking for some clear here. So he knows the offense from NA is going to be a little bit late. He'll do some damage. Actually gets the respawn out from Implosions. Ringo dropping in on the fast side route, and he's gone. Ringo's going to be taking that one over mid for sure. Matin just slows down and unable to make the grab here. Bizzy the last hope, and nothing doing. Europe will respond, and 2-1 is where we're going to be sitting at. Matin electing for a really wide right route. Giohm wise to it, trying to get some spam onto him. Won't get him at first. JP turned much more into a clear player as opposed to his early days in Midair. Once known as kind of the biggest route, turned his sights into the clearing, and it's working right now for Team Europe. Ringo going all the way home. Not even a scratch. So this will be NA trying to secure this, and then we'll move into a full standoff. So Matin going to fly up here, needs a toss over to Implo. Nobody dead yet from the European crash, and T just dancing around. So a spew from North America. Matin will keep it for now. JP wisely playing the stand, and he'll make that one home. Very popular among a lot of the players with better game sense. You'll see JP, Zooey, Merly, and the like. They'll play the stand a lot more than most players. Europe will get that return. And when I say play the stand, when you have 3 offense near the base, and it doesn't look like you'll have an immediate return or a shot at immediate return, a lot of players will play on these back rocks right here, just below the stand. Some will even elect to play right behind the stand, and they'll wait for that flag to get returned, and then they'll just DJ off into the sunset. Tons of crash here. Fire gonna wisely loop around the backside of the stand, and Europe will tie things up. So North Americans striking early, but the Europeans eager to respond. And we are all tied up. Gonna look at Clown, trying to do a little bit of clear here. Gets a shot into Giohm, but Matin full stopped again. Not a chance. Still taking a look at Clown here. Fire coming in from the back right. See if the North Americans are privy to it. Clown again trying to do a little bit more clearing. No shots landing just yet. Finally gets one into Giohm, but too little too late. Matin will try to throw that one over mid. Clown again just trying to stay on stand and be a nuisance. Ends up respawning while the flag is in base. Clown just throws away all of his 100 health and see if it was a wise choice. And Europe will just capture the flag. So unsure if Clown wasn't aware that the flag had been returned, and we have a pause coming out. And North America claiming ping issues. That will happen when you're playing on London there, Bizzy. He might be just a little old. He may not have realized what server he's on yet. We'll give him a little time. 232 from Implo. Might as well be Merly. So we'll see. Both teams calling ready, and we'll expect the unpause to come through. And here we go. Countdown to get back into it. And we'll move from Clown to the other offensive anchor. We'll go on to JP here. See what he's got going. JP, you'll see him as he comes across mid. He looks left and right. He's always aware of where his offense partners are. Looking to put some chain into Stork, and he will. Stork dead. Fire's going to be gone with that one. JP going to be looking to D up. Bizzy will make that one at least into mid, not quite over. Ringo there to help out with the chase. And Europe trying to make it 4 unanswered. A lot of spam coming in. JP electing to joust a little bit into the back. Looks like Europe should be able to secure a ton of spam coming in from NA. Ringo throws that one over to JP. Nothing there from Europe. Bizzy able to make the hero play. Just a little more time available now for North America. Clown so close! Looked the wrong direction and couldn't get the return. Implo able to pick that one up on the other side. So NA just trying their best to scrap this one all the way home. And they have it at least all the way over mid. Clown, look at his health bar go away. The chain guns from EU. Good God. From 100 to 0 in no time at all. Europe absolutely lethal when they start using the chain guns. Fire trying to bounce around, look for a cap here, and they will. Europe makes it 4 unanswered. North America starting out hot, and Implo and Bizzy. 300 ping plus on Implosions, and Bizzy sitting at 252. So the European fans flipping on the DDoS switch. And teams discussing what to proceed with here. Whether or not they should restart map, move to Frankfurt. You gotta think it's some sort of routing standard with both Bizzy and Implosions having some trouble here. Still dealing with the really high ping. Yes. And it looks like game will be paused. And the teams will try to move to Frankfurt. So a little higher ping for the North Americans. Frankfurt a little more to the east, other than the London server. And we will jump over there and join them. Implo now, see if he's stabilized on this side of things. Pings have gone way up for a couple of the Americans. 150 now for Stork. So not the best, and it looks like teams are agreeing to 0-0 things out. So a full restart on Bryn here. And actually now the Americans, not a single player under 100 ping. So the Frankfurt move, they're down from 300, but 4 out of 5, looking at about 140. Matin, the only one even close to the bottom. Both teams showing some sportsmanship here. Looks like they're going to start things off 0-0. So we'll see if the increased consistent ping, at least, for the Americans has any difference. And we will fire things up. Let's jump on board with Fire. Fire taking a really long scenic route. And the scenic route works. Fire's Christmas vacation, he is just gone. Taking all avenues in the match. We will take a little third person look at him here. And try to do some damage. Fire dispatches him. Barely even a scratch in his armor. Fire a big DJ and he'll slide down on the stand.
Captured the flag.
So Europe will strike first in this one. 1 minute in and 1 cap for Team Europe. We'll see if they can keep up the pace. Matin looking on a big back right. See if he's spotted. T looking for the front right. And now he spots that back right coming in from Matin. Matin, what? Completely slow. Bizzy able to make that one out. The old man at least remembers his routes. Matin, little brain fart there. But both teams will go into a standoff. Bizzy and Implo for the North American side. Giohm and JP again for the Europeans. Matin trying to draw some attention from JP, and it works. Giohm completely eviscerated there. No reference to eviscerator. Again, Ringo playing the stand for Europe. And he'll take this one at least over mid. Matin trying to put some damage into Giohm. You gotta think he'll be able to toss that one over to somebody spawning on the European side. JP now on offense for the Europeans, trying to do some damage to Bizzy here. And Emplo just sitting on the ground. Looks like maybe he was expecting the pass sooner, and now Bizzy's just going to get chained out. Matin, luckily, was able to D up there and toss that one over to Bizzy. So now the Americans spending a lot of resources on holding this one for the time being. Bizzy able to throw this one back over to Matin. Knocks off the front of the rock. Emplo takes a bit of damage. They should be able to work through JP here. Bizzy goes down the hill a little bit, looking for toss. Implo not able to make the flag go that way fast enough, and Europe will return. So NA just having a big struggle holding any flags so far here on Brynhildr. JP and Ringo not having any trouble so far. Implo will die on the other side, so we'll see if yet again this one gets returned. Fire dropping into it, and he returns it right in Clown's face. Matin trying to make this one over the top of the base. He'll go nowhere. T has the return, and Ringo gets bounced through. So a couple of grenades from Implosions here will delay it for just a second, but Europe will secure. And they will go up 2-0 this time, so after a restart, Europe having stabilized. And Clown takes a bit of chain damage from T. He'll probably still try to look for this. Hits the side of the stand, and Matin gets body blocked by Giohm, but continuous energy, of course, and he will fly over to the other side of the map. A lot of chain from T, and a nade actually landed in Clown's lap. He's trying to throw this one down to Matin. He'll make that one happen. Ringo out to the left side. No chase on him just yet, so Ringo will make that one somewhere. Clown trying to make this pick up. A lot of red X's on the field. NA just getting slayed on this crash. Matin trying to go down to it now. You gotta think this one's going to get returned. So much spam. Bizzy able to swipe in, though. Nobody from Europe brave enough to jump into the pit there. And Ringo will go down. Bizzy tosses over to Implosions, so it should be a stabilized hold here for the Americans. Implo tosses it off. JP actually still alive, so a little bit of a spew. Implo activates his spawn.dll, and JP will put the finishing touches on a return for the Europeans. On the other side, Clown just barely went past it. A nice grenade, disc, sorry. I'll knock it off the stand, though. Bizzy, again, not able to grab it. And the flag actually goes into the tube. Out the left side of the tube. Stork going for it now. Matin, the second one behind, but Fire had a route, it looks like. I don't think that was a camp. He was moving a little too quickly for that, but JP will actually be there to pick it up. So Fire and JP playing the two-man game. Ringo electing to stay on the stand for camp. He'll K it out. And NA just having to crash over and over and over and over and over. Europe putting everything they got into. JP DJs it away, but Fire said, hey, I'm right here, buddy. And 3 unanswered
Enemy
now
captured your flag.
for the Europeans. Let's go ahead and jump on board with Giohm. The European home D. Big damage on to Bizzy there. Clown, the last one with any health left, and he'll make a good pickup for the time being. Trying to throw that one over mid, but nobody there at present time for the Americans, and it'll get returned by thecaptaintea. Giohm not able to fade far enough left. He's just trying to find the flag. Finally picks it up, throws it actually straight towards Bizzy. Bizzy not expecting it, and he'll go down. Clown trying to walk it away from the stand, and nobody here for the Americans. 4-0
Your team
in favor of Team Europe. So EU, having figured out a lot of the American strategy here on our sort of second and a half game. Clown able to throw that one out. Should get caught by Bizzy here. And that's what it looks like when you ingest a disc, ladies and gentlemen. Giohm now trying to help Ringo on the other side in a standoff here. He should be able to pick this one up. Not a ton of damage into him just yet. He's going to be looking for a toss pretty soon. Big nade from Matin. Just goes a little bit wide, and he'll throw that one down to Ringo. NA spending, again, a lot of offense is broken up just because NA is having to D up so much. They're having to spend 3 players to make sure they secure their holds.
Awesome.
And so the other side of the map, Giohm and his holding partner just have forever to respawn, reset, and get their health correct. And NA still off time here. A bad spawn for Ringo, though, and this is going to present a chance for NA. Giohm just having to fight for it. Stork and Matin able to put that one home. So a tough spawn there. Spawned straight under his passing partner and took some damage right off the bat. Giohm unable to make that one stay home. Ringo, the second to last in a long line of Europeans trying to make that return, but the disc from Bizzy will be true. And we will stick 2 standoffs. Stork just trying to spot wherever that European carrier is. You would expect he's now found him. Giohm again spawning on his carrier, and elects to just reset and go again, and gets a good one this time. Spawns across. A lot of chain gun now out for the Europeans. He's looking for a toss to JP here, and kind of an errant throw. I don't know if I would have made that one. Clown going to be able to kill off JP, but Giohm just stays alive. He says, well, I threw it. I'll pick it back up. Cleans up Clown, cleans up the base, and JP with a chance to DJ in a stand. Nothing doing for the Americans on map 2, 5-0 for Team EU. And you gotta wonder what the comms are like for the Americans at the moment. If they're trying to change anything up. A couple of fast sides from Matin, just going straight through the stand. Clown now will be the second offender. A lot of chain gun will meet him in midair. He'll get it off just barely before he dies. That one's going to fly into mid. Giohm going to be able to meet his chaser in midfield here. So thecaptaintea making an E-grab. And Giohm electing not to take a DJ. Floats up, out of energy now. And he'll put Clown down with a disc to the face. Going to jump on board and check out the pings here. So as we mentioned, a couple of the American players had trouble with routing to the London server, and they were looking at over 350 ping. So the teams elected to move to Frankfurt and start again at 0-0. And the difference between London and Frankfurt for a lot of the North Americans is about 30 ping. And the difference between 100 and 130, 140 in this game isn't too massive until you start looking at the chain gun. So a lot of the chain heavy players struggling on the North American side. You can see Implo with only 9 kills sitting at the bottom of the board at the moment. So we'll have to see in our later 4 games how the Europeans deal with the higher ping on the American servers. Clown going to be able to make that return. So North America here with a chance. And we'll see if bizzy's able to float this one in, and he is.
The enemy captured your flag.
So NA puts its first one on the board just over the halfway point. And they'll be looking to even things up throughout the rest of the game. Captain T going to float down, look for a shot onto Matin. Matin unscathed. So T was aware of his exit route, and he'll put some chain into him, puts a lot of chain into him. Just grinds him up. Going to be looking for the return now. Matin just had to spew it, and T had him the whole time. Not a chance. Clown with a good camp, and he'll make that one over mid. Implo and bizzy unable to make the return on JP here. Matin the last one in for the Americans for the time being. And we will go into double standoffs. T high in the air, looking down onto bizzy. And Implo already half health, getting burned up by the chain gun here. Fire just holds his shots. And that allows bizzy to receive a toss, but he throws it straight into the waiting arms of Ringo. Ringo says, thank you very much. I will take the return points there, and Stork will do the same on the other side. And with 8 minutes left, we have a 1-5 scoreline in favor of the Americans. Matin on Team NA, Jester, because Matin has moved to NA. So he's playing from the East Coast. And no, he didn't pull a Ringo and move for the tournament. He's been there a little while. A lot of spam. A lot of connections.
The enemy captured
And that'll
your
make
flag.
6 for the Europeans. So Brynhildr, never say never. But when you're looking at the board, Ringo 100 points over the closest rival at the top of the board for the Americans. And that'll happen when you get all those cap points getting spread around. Now there's points for caps, assists, return assists. So not uncommon to see a spread like that. Clown just had nowhere to go with it. Dumps it down to the right side. Ringo going to try to do something about it. JP lands straight under it. Not quite able to make the return. Implo looking for a toss onto Clown. Ringo still alive. Nothing there just yet. Nice grenade, and Clown no idea what to do. Completely stunned by the grenade to his face. Tosses it up, and Implo just able to get into the area. A lot of good spawns for America. Clown flies past it, and you gotta think Europe will be able to get that one, and JP does. Just a sliver remaining, and he makes the return. Bizzy on the other side trying to get rid of fire. And he will, but the respawning of players, this will make all 5 back for the Europeans, and that will burn up the American crash. Nothing doing for a little bit. Matin's going to put some damage into Giohm. No route to the stand just yet. He'll throw that one over to Fire, and Fire just completely eliminated bizzy. I'm only seeing 4, and Clown... Fire was going for the flag, and Clown makes the return. JP and bizzy jousting in mid. Bizzy will be on the wrong end of that exchange, and both teams will go back to stand. Bizzy coming up over mid. Throwing that one over into the hands of Clown. Ringo going to take that one up high over mid, and a rainbow toss over to JP. Implo trying to keep this one. Throwing it down to Clown now. 2 of them dead for EU. And a chance here for NA, unless Fire makes a miracle shot. Bounces his face off of Clown's big old booty. Giohm now, the next to try to make something happen on the NA carrier. Matin just floating a little too much. Throws it over the head of bizzy. Bizzy takes a midair. Sloppy passing from the Americans. Matin just holding for way too long. And the flag will get returned again. So with 5 minutes left, Ringo going to try to just sneak this one off stand with a little bit of health. And he almost makes it over mid. Goes down to the chain gun. from Implosions, but JP was there on a regrab route. NA just returned it without being aware. So the North American's starting to crumble a bit. Making some rookie mistakes. JP, DJ's off the top of the hill. No fear. 7-1 now for the Europeans. And you gotta wonder what NA is gonna do to keep this even close across the next two maps on the European servers if it's looking like this. Again, Bryn, very Slay heavy map. So perhaps the lower ping's doing a little bit of damage. But even still, 7-1. Maybe looking to be 8-1 here. T's trying to make sure that one doesn't get returned, but Matin will be able to fly under it. Clown now going up into the back right. Matin taking a... looks like he's going to drop on this right here. And Bizzy on a long road. Fire, no damage done. He's completely home. NA has to make a touch here. Nothing doing. Fire misses the flag. I'm not sure if he was body blocked or if he just straight up missed. But he doesn't make the cap. And now Giohm going to take some spam going into stand. So nothing guaranteed yet for Team Europe. I have to wonder if he got blocked or what happened there. But nonetheless, Ringo will close that one up. So Europe so far capping out on the Americans 2 maps straight, 8-2 and 8-1. So a 16-3 advantage right now for the Americans. And Jester saying... And it looks like they will be electing to move back to London. So we'll take a look at the pings here and see if players are any better on this side. You see Stork down maybe 10, Clown about the same, Implo down about 30, and Matin down about 10. So not a massive change. Bizzy down about 20, I believe, 20 or 30. So Implo and Bizzy the biggest beneficiaries here, but the rest of the team not a massive change. Maybe 10 or 12 here and there between London and Frankfurt. So not a huge difference between London and Frankfurt. If you're just now joining us, this is the Europe versus North America show match. Both teams comprised of pretty close to the best from both regions. They are playing 8 maps today. Playing each map twice, once on North America and once on European servers. Playing on the European servers here first. And so far the Europeans lead 2-0 in map score, 16-3 in caps. So certainly taking advantage so far. And we'll see if they can continue that on Elite as we start things up. We'll take a look at the boards again. Bizzy as one of the offensive players for North America. Implosions and Stork playing defense for the Americans. Clown, Matin, and Bizzy on the offensive side. And their counterparts will be Giohm and thecaptaintea, defense for Europe, with JP, Ringo, and Fire on the offensive side of the map. So on the first run here, Bizzy will be able to make this one home. Fire trying to scoop it midfield. Bizzy throws it down to Clown here. Not too much spam down into the face of Clown. Clown actually elects to throw that one over to Bizzy a little early, so maybe NA making some changes here. Ringo, we're looking for the return, and he'll just float into it. So a couple of missed tosses now, continuing to hurt the North American squad. And we'll take a look here at the red flag. JP will be able to pick that one up, so let's jump on board with him. And he'll apply a disc to Implosions, but that one's going to fly way out of bounds. And who haven't we spectated yet? We'll jump on board here with Ringo, coming in on a left side route. See if he's been spotted, and he's completely unspotted. Nobody saw him the whole way. Ringo on a stealth route all the way home. Tons of chain into him, though. Matin 100 to 0'd him before he even got able to get the toss off. I can't imagine that's something you want to let happen with one person chaining you, and the flag gets returned. I am not sure how that happens.
The enemy captured your flag.
You got 50 ping, you have one person chaining you, and you don't even get a pass off. That is, that's not ideal, to say the least. Clown trying to do some clearing for Matin here. Matin got bumped on his way out and slams his face into the side of a hill. Bizzy trying to clear up both players, see if he can go anywhere. He is stuck in a bowl in no man's land. He needs a pass right now, and he'll just go down to the chain. T should be able to put that one back, and flags are already back on the stand on the other side of the map. So 0-0. Ringo out. Is he on a back? He was. So Ringo's going to be able to throw this one all the way home. Hands of JP. Matin puts a midair into him, and JP returns the feather. Anything you could do, I can do better, JP says. Ringo DJs it up, see if he throws into stand or if dunks it himself, and he dunks it himself.
The enemy captured your flag.
So 1-1. Europe responds here with cap their own, 3 minutes in. Clown looking for a grab here, and the first grab will work out for him this time. Matin and Bizzy both respawning, so a full D up here from the Americans. Clown going to be looking for a toss. Ringo out the right side, about half health. Matin didn't know T was there and takes a disc to the face. Got to pass early. What? Oof. Little bit of passing miscommunication here. JP now puts some damage on him. Matin, no health at all left. Fired just a little too late to keep it in the field. So his respawn not quite in time with everyone else. T puts a nice disc into Implosions, and that sends the EU flag flying into the corner. Another disc bounces Matin over the top of the flag, and 3 EU players in the vicinity. Implo, and Matin will go down. Clown with a good spawn, but not enough. So 3 players trying to hold it for the Americans, unable to do so. Ringo throws this one up to Captain T, and he will fly it into the stand.
The enemy captured your flag.
And it's now 2-1 in favor of the Europeans. So a common theme we've seen across these games is NA will put 1 or 2 up, and then the Europeans turn it on, get themselves figured out. We'll see if Clown can make a touch here. He'll be moving for the time being, takes a big DJ up, going pretty slow. See if he gets chained all the way down by Captain T. He does, but Matin will be there in time to take the pass. Lands on kind of the hydraulic ram for the crane. He'll move down to the side of the base. Fire and Ringo now doing their best. Floating down towards Implosions, and Implosions will spew. Ringo looking for some more damage onto the passing recipient. Doesn't quite get it. And we will stick in standoffs for the time being. And actually, Stork able to make that return on the other side of the map. Ringo again. He grabs it out. Stork trying to get some damage into him. That one will fly all the way over to the base of the Europeans. Clown will hold this one for now. Let's see, he'll pick that one up. And we will stay in standoffs. Let's do a listen in here. we will jump on board with the Americans.
Right.
They have. God damn it.
Good timing to jump in with this team. Stork able to make a grab for the time being, and I'm just going to let the team make their own comms.
Oh. Nade fucking hit the base.
Captured your flag.
It bounced off the base. I would have had that nade.
I'm on the left. Ringo left.
I'm going front here. Cheese.
Cheese hunting, right?
JP
JP's
up.
front.
Ringo left, JP done it. Yep. One right quick.
Oh,
Moving.
I need to pass.
Kate out, yeah. Chuck it.
Ring. You have that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna need.
I'm trying to kill.
Front of base. Under. Kill. There's fire. I need.
Just,
Oh,
I'm top right. Top right.
I can't do that. Good my death. Fuck.
you're going right.
Going front here, probably.
T is fully onto me. I'm dead.
Okay.
He just
one
came.
right.
Down mid, fire
Fire.
right.
There's a.
Not the happiest of comms there in the North American Discord. Just I got Midair and a plethora of curses. JP misses the toss here. Flag goes down into the bowl. JP trying to avoid all the spam from the incoming crash here, and he's just going to float. No chain gun just yet, but Implo will make use of JP. Do a little skeet shooting. Stork looking for the return. Not going to be able to do it just yet. Ringo flies up to stand. 2 health left. Throws it over to Giohm, who takes him midair. Just midair. Every time they catch the flag. Again, JP midair. Now over to Ringo. See if it happens to him as well. Matin electing to go for a grab this time right into the face of JP, who sticks him midair into Matin. Ringo now flying on the stand. Nobody on the flag. Nobody on the return. Oh, just
Enemy captured.
barely oobed in time for Ringo. Ringo with the balls of steel to just commit to it. He says, I'm going to do it. And he caps it exactly on return. Clown coming in trying to do a little bit of clear. Looks like he might have bounced off the base. Matin just resets. Busy resets. Didn't even touch the flag on that run for the Americans. Captaintea and Giohm proving to be the meat grinder at the moment. Clown takes it into the back there, so Clown running one of his favorite front routes. JP elects to just joust Implo, and JP comes out on top. Clown going nowhere in the back, busy trying to make something happen here, and will stop JP from going up to stand. He tosses it over towards Ringo. Matin again out towards the back, and the flag is going to go into the same place it was last time in this situation. Ringo tosses down, went just past Fire and JP takes a ton of spam. 3 players from NA seeking onto the flag there, and they'll be able to return that one, and we will stay at 4-1 in favor of the Europeans on their home turf. Take a quick look at the scoreboard, about halfway through things. No big standouts, not a lot of kills on the American side. Only 1 player in the double digits. The home D, as you would normally expect. Ringo gonna hold this one for the time being. Clown trying to wheelchair this one home in mid, and just so much chain gun. Barely able to, wow, Matin not even able to take a pass. Gets absolutely destroyed again. Every time anybody gets the flag in this game, they've just been midaired immediately. Both teams putting on pretty good fragging show when it comes to discs, at least. NA might not be cleaning them up as well. Clown sitting behind the hill now. Gonna hold with Implosions. T electing to search way out to the left, so unsure if Europe has even spotted Clown at this point. JP should see him on a zoom spot as he comes into the base, and you can see T coming in from the right side, so they're well aware. JP on a route here, and he'll joust Clown and go through. Clown now, no health left, gets midair, and Fire will just sit and wait for it to drop into him. JP all the way across the map, and oh no, disaster for NA. JP though, not quite able to make the stand. Looks like he may have run out of jets, and so he couldn't turn fast enough to get in there. Matin will hold for a little bit. Goes out into the back right. He'll buy some time. Ringo be onto him pretty shortly, and you can just see his health bar melt. But Clown will intercept a pass on the other side, keep things from being too bad for the Americans, and we will stay at 1-4. Clown trying to go somewhere. Giohm not able to catch, so it'll bounce once. And T and Giohm now in the area. Clown looking for a toss here. He'll toss it up just over JP, and it lands on top of the stand. Giohm's still alive. Nobody cleaning up. JP's still alive as well. Nobody on EU is dying. Finally, NA starts to clean up some of these players that are remaining. T on top of Clown tries to throw it over to Matin. The passes are just not landing in players' hands. They're just hitting the ground. And Europe's going to be here. Again, all the crashes return, and JP gets it. NA just not cleaning anybody up. And the return's going to go in for EU. I don't think a flag landed in the player's hands on those passes. So NA definitely feeling the pressure of the low-ping Europeans here. Ringo's going to fly out to the right side. Stork's going to give him chase, see if he can get him down in time. An early throw from Ringo, so he'll be able to reset and toss again if needed. A lot of chain. 4 players back for the Americans. And JP puts another one on the board for Team EU. So after stabilizing things on Minora, map 1, the Europeans haven't really taken their foot off the gas. And they continue to show the Americans why this is their server. And pass will go into Matin here. So with 7 minutes left, both flags will be in base, and we will jump into some first-person running. We'll jump with fire here. Like a pretty standard left drop here. And no damage at all. So fire, first grab in, didn't take a single point of damage on the stand. Now looking for a toss, and he's going to throw it. He's not going to throw it. He's just going to hold all the way. So a lot of players just electing to hold the flag, and it's returned. An absolute misplay by fire in the Europeans. He just goes down to a single chain gun. He had a clear toss to the stand. He had a clear toss to a player in the back, and he just held the flag. It just drops down, and the chaser returns it. Nobody expecting that from fire, I don't think, and NA just returns the flag at no price at all. Now bizzy trying to walk it out the front. Fire taking a grenade jump. See if he'll elect to stay. Keep his life here. He will. He takes a big grenade. He'll do some damage into Stork, though. Triple clear here from the Europeans. We'll see if they can do anything with it. And the Americans will say, no, sir. And our 75% scoreboard check. Nothing crazy jumping out at you. Pretty standard scores for offense and defense throughout both sides. Captaintea, of course, topping the board. Kills, returns, tied for most caps. Clown trying to do some damage on the flag in the field here, but Giohm will see that he's dispatched and move over towards Ringo. Ringo tosses it over the top of Giohm. A lot of players here for NA. Implo just barely gets the return with 1 health. Clown now in the base. Clown just way too early. Nobody even close for the Americans. And Giohm can just respawn if he wants. Giohm expecting the offense for America to be a lot closer there, so he elects to just stay alive and miss shots. So Clown with no real effect, but missed shots from EU will make Matin get all the way home, but a huge shot from, I believe, Fire will save a cap for the Europeans for the moment. Clown will pick it up.
The enemy captured.
So the hero play adds a little bit of time, but the Americans will clean that one up, and we will go 2-5 here on Elite with under 4 minutes to go. JP trying to do some clearing now. Fire doing some clearing as well. Ringo coming in. Takes a ton of damage on the stand. Implo already dead, so no double chase for the Americans, but Matin there to help out. In mid, T not able to make the shot quite immediately. Clown, no walk on the other side. Bizzy, nothing doing as well. Implo looking like he might try to force here, and he just resets on the stand. Clown coming in on the same side as Matin. Bizzy working on a crossing route here. 18 seconds, so Clown's going to try to throw this one up to Bizzy. He'll throw it way too low. Bizzy will catch it, but I stand corrected. Thought that one was going to be too low for Bizzy to get. He just let go of his thrust and throws that one over into the hands of Ringo. So even though they get out and all the way home, NA unable to convert on those passes, an all too familiar story for the day. Stork just trying to keep it alive, trying to buy some time for people to get there. And buy some time, he does. Bizzy will be able to put that one back on the stand. And we will return to standard positions, 2-5. 2.5 left. Matin already dead, so a 2-man O-run for NA. Clown through first, just resets. Bizzy trying to take this one out on the back right side. Double chase from EU. This is a chain gun clinic. Even an O player leaving on his route decides to join in on the fun. Fire adding a little bit of damage there. Matin trying to force it, and he'll get it done. But Matin now in the field. Not a lot of health left. Not a lot to do. Clown takes a midair from T, and nothing left for the NA offense. Bizzy trying to help chase. Matin burned up on his way to stand. Bizzy, no health left, goes down. Clown bounces off the base.
Captured your flag.
And EU will put that one home. So Europe, again, trying to just run up the score. If you'll remember, if the teams go 4-4 in maps, if they all win their home maps, the tiebreaker will be point differential. So Europe doing a good job of that. So far, we were 16-3 after maps 1 and 2. And with Ringo full health coming home and the flag on the stand, looking to make it 7-2 here. He goes way high on his return, just trying to give people some time to clean up. And he's going to just dunk it. Ringo again with the big balls. Straight on the stand. He says, I don't care that there's 4 of you here. You can't hit me. Dares him to shoot him. And slams it home. So with under a minute to go, EU will try to put the finishing touches on this. Fire and JP will be dispatched. Matin going to try to put one back maybe for an answer. He's got some time here out to the left. Ringo able to DJ that one up on a llama route, it looks like. A lot of chain coming in. Bizzy, and again, NA just taking mid-airs before they can even get a flag pass. Implo dead immediately, and we'll see if EU can cap this one off. They can. 8-2.
The enemy captured your flag.
Europe absolutely pummeling the Americans on the European servers. So far, it has not been close. And we are looking at a 24-5 scoreline after 3 maps. So the 4th and final map on the European servers this morning or afternoon, depending on where you are, will of course be Ingonyama. And we'll see if the Americans can put up a bit of a fight on this server, or if they'll have to wait to get on to their own. But they'll have to have a pretty dominating performance to claw this one back to the American servers. 24-5. Even if the Americans were to 8-0 here on the final European map, they would still be down almost half. So they've got their work cut out for them. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Midair 2 Europe versus North America show match, where groups of some of the best players from both regions elected to make some teams and play out some games. Looking at the left side squad, we have Stork and Implosions on defense for the Americans, with Bizzy, Clown, and Matin on offense. Giohm and thecaptaintea on defense for the Europeans, with JP, Ringo, and Fire on the offensive side of the map. So lots of firepower on both sides. Some rest on both sides as well. Giohm, not the most regular player, but has been putting on a show tonight. Ringo as well, not always in the games, but haven't seen any rest in particular from either of them. On the other side, Stork's probably the rustiest out of the four on the American team. And speaking of Stork, let's jump on board with him for the first part of Ingonyama. Both teams making it home pretty early here. Stork electing to D up a little bit and help things stabilize for the NA squad. So we will jump into our first full standoff of the game with 1 minute expired. Stork looking for the carrier, didn't spot him at first. Clown's going to be able to put some damage onto him. Stork looking for some shots down onto Ringo. He'll put a good amount of damage into him, so EU's just going to have to battle this one out. And both teams return at the same time. Both teams get a walk at the same time. So we'll see whose walk has more gusto. A complete mirror here. Tosses at the same time, catches at the same time, kills at the same time. Both teams showing the exact same play across that last 30 seconds. The EU crash here a little early, and Clown dead with it. We'll see if EU can get that return. They will. And so now NA trying to look for a grab here. They'll try to put some damage into Ringo as well. Matin to throw that one towards the base. T able to make the return, and now it looks like Giohm might be able to make this cap. Not quite yet. We'll jump on board with Clown. He'll toss that one over towards Matin. Ringo going to be able to sit on stand here. So if T makes this return, this one is guaranteed. But no, Matin able to keep him off of it in field for now. So Matin buying some valuable time for the NA team. Just punts it over to the right side. Nobody there yet. Fire's going to be able to make that return. And we'll see if Giohm can dunk this one. And he will.
The enemy captured your flag.
So it takes Europe all of 2 minutes to put the first one on the board. And we will go 1-0 in favor of the Europeans. Ringo starting to come home with this one. Stork not able to make the damage. Clown has dispatched Bizzy actually with a double kill. Can't quite get the return. A lot of spam coming in. Giohm going to be able to throw this one. No, he'll go down with it as well. Ringo a little early on the run back up the hill. Have to pick up the flag first, sir. But he'll look for the stand, and no hero play. Ringo again, just no fear. Ringo is not worried at all. No matter how many NA players are looking at him, he's dunking it every time. That's 3 times we've seen Ringo just completely completely disrespect the North Americans on stand, and his bravery will make it 2-0. Clown looking to come in now, and he'll take it. First grabbed. So Clown will make this one all the way home. Nobody's going to be there in time. Clown with a DJ. I don't know about that. Yep, Clown a little too eager. Maybe a little desperate to put that one on the board. Burned up his health. Had no chance but to throw it, and JP was waiting. Just a little too eager to put that one on the board, and JP made him pay. So Clown coming in, trying to make the same thing happen. Doing a little bit of clearing here, so we're going to be looking for Matin on the grab. Matin... Well. Fire going to come up into the back side of the base here. Implo going to take this one in midfield. Should take a good amount of damage here, and he'll go nowhere. JP and T will make quick work of him. Giohm has nobody on stand just yet. Fire the closest person, but he might elect to just dunk. Clown does enough. Ringo, actually, the killing blow there. Implo now looking for a return. Implo kills Matin. Team kills all over the place, but Bizzy barely able to make that return happen. I cannot imagine the comms if that had gone badly for Team NA. Bizzy trying to keep away here, and he punts it over towards Matin. Might be able to pick that one up, but it goes a little too far for the time being. A lot of crash coming in from EU here. Short pass from Matin into Bizzy. Bizzy, no health left at all. He has no pass, nowhere to go. He goes over the head of Matin again. NA just throwing these way over the top of everybody. Matin floating way up into the air. JP electing to stay on a route. T swoops through the front, and he'll buy all the time in the world for the European crash. NA still trying to secure. And they will for the time being. So Matin will hold that one in the back right. A lot of chain gun fire there. A little bit of health, but not enough. Again, the pass from NA just in the dirt. It's never seeming to land. And we will swing back over to the European side of standoffs. Clown trying to do some damage into Giohm here. Matin dead on the other side, and Europe just gets the return. Ringo looking for it this time. Bad news for NA because he will go for that stand. Stork, though, wisely playing for the E-grab here, and he'll take that one home. Giohm now dueling a little bit with Bizzy. Trading blows pretty well. Giohm will come out on the top of that one. Bizzy electing to respawn. Didn't have any health left. Decided that it would just be better to D up probably for this one. And danger again for the North Americans. Implo, nowhere to go. Stork trying to help secure this one, but T's going to do it all. Destroys Implo, destroys Stork, puts the VG chat in. Just a little bit of a taunt from the thecaptaintea. He's feeling it this game. Ringo on to stand. A good E-grab from Stork. So no cap just yet. Matin looking for the damage into Giohm here. Put some damage onto him. Ringo able to pick that one up. Dead on the other side is a player, and it got oobed. Terrible news for the Americans, and the Oob puts it back on stand. And once again, the cap will go in for the Europeans, 3-0, with just over 7 minutes. Clown trying to move this one, but he'll get burned up by the chain gun. JP coming through the front right, and Fire coming through the back. Nothing there yet. JP still has health. JP just electing to respawn. Didn't want to risk having the flag held in field. A wise choice. Bizzy and Clown doing a little bit of clearing duty here, and they will get absolutely 0 damage onto the player staring at their incoming capper. And that one will get held in field. Both flags midfield now. Fire and JP very low onto it, but it's a 1v3. Stork able to bounce it away from Ringo. Implo will make the spawn. Don't return it. Don't return it, Stork. Okay, thank you. Ringo playing back stand. Bizzy, Matin, and Clown trying to make something happen with the flag that hasn't moved. And Matin He'll move that one at least a little bit over into mid. Tries to go towards Bizzy. Ringo was behind him. So Ringo didn't reset from the other side, but T able to make the return. And we go back to both flags on the stand here on the 4th map on European servers. Quick scoreboard check. T absolutely putting on a show. 4,000. Not even halfway into it. 8 returns already. And nothing doing for the North American offense. Bizzy blown up. Matin moving that one at least a little bit further, so he'll pull that one into mid. Might be able to make a toss off. Just barely, not enough. He'll throw that one over towards Implosions. We'll pick that one up. 3 players from Europe in the vicinity, though. Implo just trying to toss it over to Matin. A lot of damage already into him, and Ringo will just eviscerate Matin. NA not able to hold a flag at all. Europe has just been getting every single return. NA not able to hold this one. Clown needs to throw this right now. He gets it across mid at least. Goes down to Implosions. EU not in crash mode just yet, but it won't matter. Ringo is moving out to the right. Busy trying to put some damage into him. Clown bumps his head on the top of the rock. Not a lot of places to go with this one. Throws it over towards Matin. A good spawn for him. 2 players from EU still here. Matin's still looking for a toss. Matin's just going to throw it towards stand. Tons of EU right there. NA trying to clean him up, and Ringo just flies through it again. Nowhere to go with the passes for NA, and Europe just says thank you very much. We'll take our flag back if you don't mind. And 4-0. Scoreboard remains. Fire looks like he had the backdropper out there. He's flying towards stand. Bizzy and Matin, the first 2 to attempt the grabs here. Matin will make it out about 3/4. T with 1 chain. You gotta believe he won't be able to make that kill in time. Ringo also low on the other side, so the Americans will at least hold for more than 5 seconds this go around. Giohm sitting in the back here along with JP, both electing to use the chain gun as their first option here. Bizzy now trying to put some damage onto Giohm. Clown with a big flyby. Kind of just a pug move right there, trying to make a big flying in shot. JP looking for some tossing here to land top rock, so Clown with a shot at it, and he'll be able to make the return. So a chance at putting 1 on the board at least for the Americans, and Implo will do it.
The enemy captured your flag.
And we will jump on board with Implo here while I grab a little bit of water. A lot of respawns coming out from the European side, maybe making it known that they're not doing anything this run, so they're just going to reset maybe before NA can get it on to stand. Implo looking for JP here. Able to make the kill, so the stop will happen for the Americans. Bizzy dies. Doesn't even get the toss, doesn't get to stand. And Implo body blocks Matin on the way to the flag. Probably going to be looking for a toss here pretty soon. Implo not expecting it immediately, but able to make the adjustment here. 1 behind him, he wasn't aware. JP was there, snuck right up on him. Implo just spews it, trying to get it away from JP. Matin now trying to get away from him, and the crash is here in full force for the Europeans, so the Americans have to do the slaying. Implo misses onto T there, but he'll clean him up with the chain gun, and JP will be the next on the chopping block. Matin with about half health, staring down the barrel of Giohm, but he'll be able to get rid of him. A little bit of help coming in from Clown and Stork there on the North American defense, and Implo trying to hide behind the hill, giving Matin a little bit of time, but Ringo was aware, and again, Implo caught off guard, nowhere to go with it, just spews it to the front right, and that flag's returned immediately. Fire on the other side, trying to pass it over to Giohm, so Implo repeatedly just getting snuck up on by the European defense, not expecting him to come around the backside of the base. Matin throws this one over towards Bizzy. Flag will be picked up for the time being. JP, big damage coming out from Bizzy. And Matin will hold, again, 3 players from NA here. Matin taking a lot of chain gun, falling down into the bowl. You gotta think he's just dead. He had nowhere to go with it. Just floating around, and you can't do that against T. He will burn you up. Fire trying to stay out of the way of Clown and Bizzy. Clown again coming through for kind of a party shot. Not able to make it just yet. Giohm trying to keep him off of it, but Clown will be able to make the return. And the flag is loose. On the other side, Captaintea holds it in field. Both flags go back to stand. So with about 6 minutes to go, check on the scoreboard again. No surprises here. Pretty standard for the scoring line you're seeing. Fire coming in from the back left. He'll try it, and he'll make it at least over mid. Matin trying to do a little bit of chase help here, and he will catch. Back to both bases. We'll see what it looks like for Bizzy coming in. Bizzy looking like he's on a clearing route here. Why did he touch it? Well, doesn't go too bad for the Americans, I suppose, but Bizzy with a slightly odd grab there. Doesn't end up mattering in the end. And Europe will go up 5-1. So with 5 minutes to go, Europe will try to make it 4 in a row where they cap the game out. See if Clown can get over mid here. And I'll throw that one into the right bowl. This one flies down towards Ringo. I'll pick that one up. Toss it over to Giohm. On the other side, player's dead. And both sides, immediate returns. So we'll follow Bizzy here on his side route. DJ up from Bizzy after taking the toss here. Fire trying to keep that one. Looks like he's going to throw it way over towards Matin. And we're going to see if NA can put their second point on the board here on Ingonyama. Matin floating a little bit, and he gets bumped over by Ringo. Tries to throw it again. Flags in the dirt for NA. Bizzy flying towards stand, and he gets bounced. He goes over the top, but barely.
The enemy captured your flag.
Luckily, he didn't have any other crash in the area, and Bizzy will pull NA to within 3. So closest so far. We'll see if Ringo's been spotted. And at the last second, Stork saw him, but that's going to allow Fire just on a simple front here. He's going to move it out to the right side. And he'll be moving this one all the way home. See if he has any crash able to kill him, and he does. So Stork's going to be able to put that one out to the right side of the stand. Clown able to make that return. And we'll go back to both flags on the stand again. Bizzy trying to make a little bit of a quick back grab here. Tosses it over towards Clown. Clown will DJ towards stand. Throw it over to Bizzy. Miss toss again from the Americans. Little float down onto the ground. Not a lot of players left for the Europeans, so Bizzy will pick that one up and make a toss over to Implosions. Ringo coming in towards Matin here. Throws it over the top to Giohm. Hits the top, bounces down. Nice damage in from Stork. A chance for a return. Americans have a chance here, but the Europeans have a greater one. Looks like the other side, again, the standoff doesn't hold up for NA. Flag will fly over, and we enter standoff again. Implo takes a ton of damage immediately. Flag over to Clown. Clown with a big toss over towards Matin. And Clown will just elect to move into the offense. 3 players try to hold. And NA just dead again on the standoff. They cannot keep it against the European crash. 6-2 now in favor of Europe. Americans just getting absolutely smashed on standoffs on the European servers. We'll have to see if they can improve that when we move on over to their home turf. But for the time being, Europe firmly in control. Matin will make this one out to the right side. A lot of chain gun into him. Just a laser light show. He'll try to throw this one towards Clown, who should be able to make it. Matin picks it up again, throws it in the dirt. Clown trying to make it over to stand. Oh, just wide. The spam is there. Matin trying to pick it up. Everybody in the game is on those flags right now, and JP wisely goes for the full grab route, and he's gone. So JP will move this one all the way home. Clown not going to stand a chance against that chain gun in midair. JP will throw that one off towards Giohm. And NA just trying to stabilize and hold this one for more than 10 seconds. They'll be able to throw that one over towards Implosions. He'll pack that one up, and he's dead immediately. Just nothing there. Implo dead. Flag captured. I don't think you have a more perfect scene to explain how these games have gone than that right there. Pass coming out for NA, and they're just dead immediately. Europe has been all over the Americans on the standoffs. And it may not be a cap out this go around with 5 seconds to go. Ringo will toss it up towards Matin, and the first game that the Europeans don't cap out.
Your team won the match.
Still a bit of a blowout, 7-2. Captain T with 16 returns on top of 40 kills. Absolutely having his way with the North American offense. And we are going to go 31-7 in total map scores across the first 4 games. So we'll see if the teams elect to take a halftime, or if we will move straight into the American servers. So the question now to be posed to the teams is, can NA put up the same dominant showing that Europe can? 7 caps in 4 maps will have to be the target for the American defense, and it looks like Virginia will be the selection for the North American teams. And you know, the Europeans here are not looking at too terrible a ping. Giohm and Ringo sitting at about 130. We'll have to see if the Americans can stabilize and reset and get their mental in check. Their target for caps allowed is, of course, 7. If they allow 8, Europe already owns 4 games. So, ladies and gentlemen, NA staring down the barrel of a tall task. Europe can pull out a win here with either of the following: with a single map win, or if they score 8 caps across the incoming 4 maps, they will have secured a win here. So win conditions through 2 avenues for the Europeans, and the Americans are going to have to lock it down if they want this to even be competitive. It is a little curious that you would play all the games on one server and all the games on the other server all in a row. Normally with sports series you have 2 games on one, 2 games on another, or at least some form of alternation. We'll see if the mental can remain for the Americans or if they've been tilted past recognition here. Full stop on the first go around and on the first run. The Americans are perhaps making a statement. 30 seconds from start to first cap for the Americans. And this is the start they're going to need. JP trying to do some clearing here. Implo looking for Ringo. Ringo this time is going to be able to make this one out. He'll get this one over mid. Some chain gun coming in now for Stork. Ringo will throw that one over to the front of the base. Matin will get dispatched by a respawning O player. Bizzy, no chance. Destroyed on the back route. Flag goes a little bit wide for Ringo, but he'll be able to pick that one up, throw it back over to JP. Passes are on point for the Europeans early on Minora. Bizzy coming in on the crash now. Giohm not able to make the return. Matin flies in over the top of him. And not a lot left there for the Europeans. So it looks like we will go into standard crashes here for both teams. Fire and Giohm going to be able to hopefully clean up Stork here. Dangerous pass right past Clown here. Bizzy looking for JP. JP's going to be able to knock him off. Giohm up into the air now. A little bit more pressure here, you can tell, from the Americans on the crashing side of the map, but Europe will stabilize. And the chain guns have been enabled, it would seem, on the other side for the hold. Implo is going to get burned up again, though. Even on Europe, Implo not able to hold, just gets burned up. Excuse me, on the North American servers. Bizzy wisely will be able to walk that one off and take it home. Implo's going to be looking for a toss pretty quickly, but they will stabilize and hold for the time being, and both teams are going to enter standard crash. Ringo way up high in the air. Implo aware of his location. JP absolutely putting the buzzsaw into Bizzy. Now Implo's the only one there, and T's going to be able to take that return. So NA again starting to struggle with the holds. That was the story of the first 4 games on the European servers. And it seems like every time we get into these standoffs, NA side just not able to hold it. We'll see if Fire and Giohm can do the same. Bizzy still here full health. That's going to get returned. And on the other side, Matin's going to be able to pick that one up. JP just not able to barely get onto the stand there. You could tell he was looking for it. Got boosted to the side just a little bit. And we go up 2-0 in favor of NA on their home turf. So we'll see a back route coming in from Ringo, a left from Fire, and JP through the front. Fire's going to take that one off. He's about 3/4 health. No chase immediately in the vicinity. So he'll be able to take that one all the way over the top of the tube. Bizzy, I'm not sure. He might have been on the tube route there. Maybe bridge. Pretty slow to be a straight side, but he'll take that one all the way home. Tosses it over towards Implosions. Ringo trying to do some falling damage there. Actually does put a big disc into Implo. Nobody else there just yet for the European crash. JP looking to stay away from Stork here. He'll just walk over to the side looking for Giohm now. If the crash is here from the Americans, this could be a little dangerous. Matin's floating up onto him. JP gets the bridge spawn. Bad spawn here for the Europeans. He just K's out. Giohm got nowhere to go. If he gets this pass off, I don't know how he got it away. Matin able to still get the return, but Giohm just looked like he was invincible to damage there. Americans just whiffing every shot as he went through under the bridge. And both teams will go back to stand. Clown trying to do some damage here. Nothing doing just yet. He'll do some into T, but not enough to make a difference. The flag will move over to the side. Bizzy able to pick it up. Just barely didn't fall off the edge. And Bizzy will be moving it all the way home. T with one sliver of health trying to make something happen. Gotta think he's gonna pass there. Not quite a pass, but it'll die and slide into the hands of Implosions. And now it'll stay 3-0. Remember, NA, to have a chance here, is gonna have to score 31 They can't score any less than that. Otherwise, point differential will mean a loss. So 3 and 5 is a good pace, and they will have to keep it up. Matin looking for a return here. Drops a little too high on the hill. And EU will secure for now. Fire coming in now, trying to do some damage into Implosions. Bizzy takes a kind of a bonk hit on his way to the other side. Nobody stayed with Implo. And Implo gets a nice punt off, but Stork's going to have to burn up a ton of health. Flag is in the dirt for the Americans. Flies just far enough up the hill to get away from Captaintea. And NA a little lucky there. A little bit of a miscommunication. No one staying back with Implosions, but Stork with a smart move. Respawned. Saved it just barely in time. Giohm trying to do some hiding out here on the far right. And Stork doing some spotting. I don't think he got him. I think Giohm is unspotted still. And Stork coming back over the top now sees him. But doesn't have a lot of health left to do much damage. So Giohm will hold that one. Bizzy will be destroyed by JP on the other side. Flag's in the dirt, and it's returned by fire. Matin trying to play the camp here. Just barely gets it into mid, not over mid. Ringo on the stand. 3-1.
The enemy captured your flag.
And that spells danger for the North American team. Remember, they can only give up 7 across the entirety of the next 4 maps. So, pretty dangerous here. Clown and Matin trying to do some clearing, but fire will D up. JP not wanting any flags to go across mid-map here. He'll get killed out on it. Clown might be able to pick this one up a little bit, so he'll move for the time being. Throws it over to Bizzy. So now the crash is coming in from Europe, and he'll get Midair. Flies down to front of stand. Matin able to pick that one up. A ton of spam still coming in from the alive players, but Clown will dunk that one through.
The enemy captured your flag.
4-1 now in favor of the Americans, who still have a mountain to climb. JP trying to do some clear here along with fire. So we'll be looking for the back left here from Ringo. Stork going to be off on this one. Implo unable to make any of the shots. Ringo is gone. Full clean. T trying to do some damage onto Bizzy. None of the offense for Europe is remaining here. And NA will retain for the time being. We'll jump back over onto the European side here. See if anybody has spotted Ringo, who's just electing to hide over on the left side of the map. Bizzy high enough, should spot him here, and he does. Bizzy swapping down into the grenades. A good couple of shots on the Ringo, not enough. Ringo exchanging well, and he's going to look for a toss here, just going high now. Ringo just trying to buy a little bit of time. A lot of chain coming in. He'll spew it over into the left bowl. So the spawns here from Europe will have to be good, but Bizzy will get this return. Matin on the other side able to pick this one up, but JP was on the front route. So tough timing for the Americans. And JP will bring that one over the top of mid. A little bit of chain onto him, but he will make that one home. On the other side, Matin sitting in the back here, doing a little bit of dueling with Captaintea, rolling some nades up over the top of the hill. And we will stay in a stabilized standoff. Red flag in the field, returned by Clown. So Matin now gonna have a chance, but Ringo playing stand gets this one a little bit over mid. Nobody there yet for NA. Excuse me, EU.
The enemy captured your flag.
And NA 5-1 now. So NA's mental not cracked just yet. If they can hold EU to a single cap on Minora. Ringo with the back route. Oh, I wish he would have touched that. I don't know if he saw Stork and thought he couldn't do it. But he has no chance. Full stop for the Americans. Clown going to come in here. No miracles for EU. And 6-1 now. With 10 minutes to go. So NA certainly making a statement here on their home turf. Fire coming through the back route. Not sure if he was spotted or not. He was not. And he can take a DJ if he wants it. He doesn't even need it. He's home, about half health. Bizzy coming through now, looking for Captain T. He'll do enough damage to put him away before he can get some onto the holder with Implosions. Ringo's just going to K this one out. Fire trying to wait on the front right of the base. Doesn't look like he was spotted, so he's going to be able to sneak around the side a little bit. So we'll see if Implo is aware of his positioning. And Fire actually goes wide there. Not sure where Implo went. He's going to float over to the right side. Implo now in the middle of 2, though. A little bit of dangers here. Flag in the dirt again for the Americans. Bizzy just punts it into the back. Not getting there in time. Matin able to toss that one off the stand. So panic mode for the Americans now. Clown bounces off of a player and is able to walk his way into it. Disaster averted there for the North American squad. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the North American European show match. 5 of the best players from, well, almost best players, we'll say, from each region will be representing both sides. Bizzy able to scoop that one up. Going to keep the scoreboard open for a little bit as we fly over the top of the North American base. Bizzy able to take this one all the way home. Not having too much trouble getting the flag home now for the Americans after they've had their ping reduced by an order of 100 for some. And the Europeans, of course, increased. We'll say the Europeans do ping a lot better to the North American servers than the North Americans do to the European servers. JP and Fire both under 100 ping. JP well under 100 ping. And the highest player, looking at Giohm and Ringo, about 128. The Americans were looking at about the 140 range.
Captured your flag.
Not to make any excuses, just giving you the facts. And you can decide if it's copium or not. JP and Ringo trying to do a little bit of clear here. Looks like Fire's going to be coming in on a pretty standard bridge route. Big D up from the Americans, and Fire slaps his ankles on the side of the stand, and he'll respawn. So another full stop for the American defense. Fire again. Looking at that bridge route. This time Ringo on a back left, though. JP on that solid front right. Implo makes the stop on 1. JP through the front right. See if he's the one to make the grab, and he is. Implo concerned with that back route. Clown spawns on JP. A lot of chain gun into him. So he's going to have to toss this one, and he's not going to make it. 3 players in chase for the North Americans. We'll see if that's bad for the crash. Bizzy taking a lot of damage. Tries to throw it up to Implosions. He'll be able to make the catch. T gets dispatched on the other side, but Giohm and JP going to be able to secure for the Europeans in the midfield there. So even with 3 chasers for the Americans, not able to make the midfield return. Implo will toss that one over to Bizzy, and we will again enter the standoffs. North America been doing a lot better after that first 10, maybe 5-10 minutes at holding the flag here. Caster Curse, of course. Fire makes the return onto Implosions. Giohm going to be able to look at the flag stand for this one. Clown trying to get that one up over the mid. A lot of danger here for America. Red flag into the back here. Only Implo in the area, and he gets mid-aired off the side. Bizzy not able to make that one go anywhere, and this is looking like it could be a cap for Europe. Timed in field. Fire just floating. Gonna float and drop. Gets knocked off. A nice mid-air hand grenade there is gonna make the play blow wide open, thankfully. But Ringo had the camp. This is a chance for Europe to put 2 on the board. This would be huge for them. A lot of chain coming through. See if Ringo will make it to stand. He doesn't. Chain is there from Bizzy, and Matin makes the return. But JP EU just has a carousel on the NA flag stand. JP is going to bring this one over mid now. So NA is just in permanent crash mode. 3 chain guns looking at him. He's trying to make it to the stand, and that one gets returned. And Ringo's on the stand again! Nobody home for the Americans, but Implo gets a good spawn. And the merry-go-round will finally halt. The Americans breathing a sigh of relief. Fire coming in from the right side, unspotted. Knocks Stork out of his way, and Fire's going to make this one home. So again, crash is needed. Offense has already been stopped. Danger here for the Americans. If you let out 2 on this map, you can't let out more than 2 on any other map. Fires on the stand. It's down again. It's off. Just down into the side a little bit. North America is just barely clawing at the stand to make this happen. Ringo looking for it now. He doesn't have a chance. He's going to go on to the mid stand. Bizzy's out to the left. Throws it over to Giohm. Captaintea hot on the heels of Bizzy. He's going to have to throw this one early. Tries to toss it over to Matin. He'll make that pick. Giohm on the other side, not in any real danger, and we will stabilize for both sides. Matin going to sit down in the back here, hide away for a little bit while Implosions operates the chain gun. And now looking for a toss here. All 3 players still alive for the European crash. Danger! That's a return. Europe, are you in a good spot to make a position or make a cap here? They are not just yet. Red flag still staying on the front of the base. Stork from behind it. Not sure where he came from, but nonetheless, Stork will make the return. We will go back to 7-1. And as a reminder, NA needs to put up 8 on 3 out of 4 maps. So if they leave this one at 7, they have to cap out the next 3. Otherwise, they will lose on point differential. The first 4 maps, Europe putting up 31 caps. So NA's only got 1 to play with on the offensive side. A little bit more breathing room on the defensive side. They've only let out 1 of 7 that they can allow to happen here. Matin dead on the other side. Giohm T with a real shot at a return on this one. JP taking a lot of chain gun from Bizzy. He's just putting it all down there. JP trying to toss it down into the front right. A good chance for Giohm to just go up to stand here. And he's going to float towards it. He's just floating. Implo with a nice shot. We'll see if the camp comes through, if this gets returned. Ringo's here. JP is here. Where's the third O? Where's fire? Ringo caps it. And is fire in the base? I haven't seen it. He is there in the base. So 2 points now onto the board for the Europeans. That's 2 out of 7 the Americans can allow on all 4 maps. So they have to stop it here. Otherwise, they're going to play some really tough maps coming up. Fire sitting in the back there. JP puts some damage on to a couple of players, and Fire will make the pickup. Ringo dies on the stand, but Fire still has full health going through mid. If Bizzy doesn't make this one home, this is disaster for the Americans, but he's going to make it all the way up over the base, throw it over towards Implosions, and they will stabilize for now. Giohm and Fire sitting in the back of the base, and they're going to hold this for a little bit. Bizzy sitting on the other side, and we will enter full standoff. Stork looking like he's going to meet Giohm in the back here. I'm not sure if he saw him. He did. So Giohm has been spotted. Stork trying to put some damage down onto the side. Implo dead on the other side. Is this going to be a return? It's floating down. T's there. Danger for the Americans. You don't want to give up 3 here. Clown going out to the left side. T already has a preemptive DJ towards him. Luckily for the Americans, Matin makes the return. Clown needs to throw this a little early. Bizzy meeting T in mid. And Ringo not able to make the return. Implosions will apply a disc to the face of Ringo, and NA is hoping to make this an 8-2 game, and they will. So NA will answer on the first map of their home server. 8-2 will be our final score line here. T still putting up some numbers. 10 returns. And on the other side of the map, pretty even kill spread, about what you'd expect. And we will now move into our second map, which I believe is going to be Brynhildr. So, as a reminder, each team is playing 4 maps on their server. Same maps, just 1 on each server. And the Europeans have already played their 4, and they ended their game at 31-7 across all 4 maps. 8-2 for North America on their first map, so they're on pace here. They will need to have a 1 or 0 caps allowed game. We'll see if they can do it on Bryn. Again, this is one of the most slay-heavy maps in the game, and we'll see if the slaying style of the Americans can carry them through here, or if the big routes from the Europeans will afford them the caps that they need. Looking at the teams, we have Giohm and thecaptaintea playing defense for the Europeans with Ringo, Fire, and JP on the offensive side of the flag. Bizzy, Clown, and Matin playing offense for the North Americans with Implo and Stork on defense. Both flags are going to be moving over mid here. A little bit of jousting from Ringo and Clown. Neither of them able to put too much damage into each other. And both flags will go into the waiting arms of an offensive player. It's something you'll see a lot of the better teams, better players do in these games. They will allow both the home D and the chase to stay out chasing for a little while longer, and the offense will actually be the one to take the pass at home. But that one, the pass will go to the defense of the other team. Both flags going to get returned this time. Matin into the jaws, the belly of the beast over there, but he makes the loop in the correct direction. He'll be able to throw this one over towards his team, but T again. T just farming returns, just in the right place at the right time. And he's even going to go for a grab. So T's going to make this one. Looks like he was trying to throw it backwards to Ringo there. Maybe not quite the best. And T has been off his stand forever. And that's going to be the result of that. So thecaptaintea playing a little too loose there. Leaves Giohm on an island. And that'll allow the Americans to put the first cap on the board. JP there on an off-time route. He's going to bring this one over mid. We'll see if there's a catch here for the Europeans. Into the side for Ringo. He's going to throw that one down towards JP, but it lands in the dirt. Goes over to Stork. Implo has cleaned up the camp from Fire, and we will go back into standard positions. T looking for a little bit of hunt onto Clown here. See how much damage he can do. Clown electing to stay with him, and don't grab it, Clown. Oh, boy. Clown going to put that one in the field for the European defense. Matin behind it, and Europe wasn't aware. So Europe just not aware of the positioning from the North American offense, and that's going to allow the flag to go all the way home. Matin sitting in the back now, trying to put some damage into JP, and there's absolutely no crash left for the Europeans. Matin with not a lot of health. He needs to throw it. Throws it into Clown. Very close game there, and the Americans just spending too much time trying to get it into stand. Punt it into the back of the stand now. Giohm has some good chance to put some damages on it, and Clown will hold that one in field. Matin in big trouble in the back now. Throws it over towards the spawner. Stork going to be there. T and Giohm going to be the fastest crash in the world. They'll be able to get it. Oh, it's just barely on stand. Ringo killed off a stand. Matin now on stand. Giohm dead with the flag. They need a return. Americans not there in time. Too much spam on the stand. Clown cannot cap it just yet. Fire able to keep him off of it. Matin now dead as well. Everybody dead on stand. North America can't secure it just yet. The crash from EU has been incredible. JP now whiffs the shot onto Bizzy. He's dead. Bizzy not able to make the toss off. Flag goes down into the front of the base. Big crash still coming in from EU. Giohm with a shot of the return now. No chance for him. Should be a pass here from Clown. Just waiting so long to make a toss up to Matin. Matin gets smashed into the ground by a midair from JP. Now JP looking for the return, gets chained out by Implosions. Implosions now looking for the cap. Ringo going to be able to make an E-grab out to the right side. Bizzy now sitting onto the flag. Matin looking for a pickup. All the crash still coming in from EU. Clown needs to toss. Still back stand. Up to Bizzy. Fire and JP now looking to put some damage onto him. Bizzy dead, needs a toss. Gonna die on stand. No! And after a solid 60 seconds of crash, the Americans will make it 2-0. 4 minutes expired. What a run there from Europe just to keep it off the stand. And we will return to both flags on the stand. Holy cannoli. Gonna jump on board here with Implosions as he plays defense for the Americans, and I am going to get a drink. And we jump back into the action. Danger here for the Americans. Flag is on the European side right now. Clown looking for the return and nobody able to make the kill. And the respawning camp. Luckily there, I think somebody got some damage onto the camp. Implo doing a little bit of hunting here. Just trying to see where everyone's at. JP and Ringo coming in for the left side. And Ringo just elects to take it. No damage done to him. He says, well, you're not going to shoot me. I'm just going to go all the way into my base. Flag goes over to JP for the Europeans. Bizzy going to make it home on the other side. Toss it over into the hands of Clown. Danger for the Europeans here. Matin skiing into it. And the flag will go back to the stand. T and Ringo both have the same idea. And both of them have no health at all. Bizzy, no health left. Will actually go down to the machine gun from fire. It's just sitting on top of stand. Crash from EU. Can they do it again? Matin throws it through the stand in the dirt this time. Bizzy able to pick that one up, and he will dunk that one home. Ringo may be trying to make something out of nothing there. He won't be able to do it, and NA will corner this one. JP looking for a scoop. Actually, JP stayed on route. Clown was there, though, spawned on that side. He'll try to throw it in. I think that's going to be Oob, and it will be. So Ringo coming in from the right side now. The first grab attempt. Nothing doing this time. Clown dead on the other side. So blue flag's going to be sitting in field. Nobody there just yet. And fire on the other side. Going to be moving this one out. Takes a big disc from Bizzy, but it sped him up a little bit. Toss is going to go all the way over to Ringo. Hasn't taken a whole lot of damage yet. He is on the side of a hill. Tries to punt over towards fire. A lot of spam coming in from the Americans here, but not a lot of players left. Just Stork for the time being. Wisely tries to shoot it down into mid, but Ringo's got the health. See if he's going to throw towards stand or a player he's going to throw to a player. Giohm's going to hold that one up. Any grab coming in for the Americans? I don't see it. It's all just Crash right now. Entering the danger zone. Throws it over towards T. Stork just barely under it. Couldn't make the return happen. And EU looking like they're going to put the first one on the board. They are. So one cap now onto the board for the Americans. Remember, they can only allow 2 caps in 3 out of their 4 games. One map has to be a single cap hold. Otherwise, the Europeans have got this one won by default, given their scores on the earlier games. Clown going to be moving this one at least over mid. Don't know if he's got a toss. He doesn't. Lands on the peak. Ringo coming home. Oh, dear. Ringo not able to actually make that one all the way to the stand, but a perfect toss! What a throw from Ringo, and 2 on the board now for the Europeans. So the Slay Heavy map not actually working out in the Americans' favor, and with only 3 caps on the board and almost half the time gone, if the Americans don't put up at least 7 here, they will not have a chance at winning the series. As I said earlier, the Europeans put up a 31-7 across the first 4 maps. So NA needs to score 8 on 3 out of 4 and 7 on the 4th. Implo sitting top stand here. No chance for the return on the other side. So Europe will stabilize and we will go into a standoff. Implo going to be looking at Ringo here. Gets a little bit of damage into him. Fire looking for the return. Still has some health. But Clown will respawn and assist. Ringo now coming in about half health. Looks like he probably DJ'd before that play had really matured. So he'll be dead a little early. And it'll be a 2v2. Americans against the European offense coming in here. Implo decides to throw it just barely in time. Clown needs a toss now. Ringo's going to be moving that one. 2-chain, is he going to live? He lives over mid, and Ringo will make that one all the way home. Whew. Sweating on that one. Implo floating up above the stand. JP not quite able to kill him off just yet. Fire the last bastion of the Crash offense here for Europe. And Clown able to sit on the stand. Bizzy able to make that cap happen. So NA will need to put up 4 more. JP coming in from the back right. And he's got a trailer and fire. But again, no damage onto the first grab. JP's just going to walk this one over mid. Clown moving for now, but he's got some players in his area. So NA's going to have to make the crash happen. Ringo dancing around the pillar there. Avoids all the damage from Stork. Still avoiding all the damage. And on the other side, the flag might get returned. Clown the last hope on that one. JP going to be able to take the toss here and move down towards the stand. Bizzy and Matin the only ones there now. Stork was looking for the grab. Clown's going to bring that one nowhere at all. Giohm's going to be able to make that return. Implo, the last hope here. Just trying to keep it live. Just trying to keep it loose. But JP able to pick that one up. Needs a toss. Throws it over to the side of Ringo. Ringo has a DJ if he wants it. No longer. A lot of spam coming in from the Americans now. Fire sitting on the side of the stand. Implo might be it. And he does make the play. But it goes behind the stand. Can T get on to stand in time? He likes to stay behind the stand. Wise move from him. Jumps into it a little early. I spoke too soon. And red flag flies down into mid. Busy looking for a turn. Clown will be the one to do it. And a crisis averted once again for the Americans. 4-2 here, so they do need to put up at least 3 more caps if they still want to be in this. Ringo and JP coming in from the right side now. Fire from the right as well. Ringo going to take this one for time being. And he'll DJ it up over mid. Europe had it in the field for a second. Matin trying to fancy feet, and he will go nowhere. JP with a chance to make this one really tough for the Americans. Not quite yet. Maybe a dunk here coming in from JP. Not enough. And Clown will make the return. No camp from the European side. But again, time is not on the North American side here. 8 minutes to go. They need to put up 3 caps. If they don't, they will not be able to total that 31 that the Europeans did the first 3 maps. Ringo able to make this one over mid again on a first grab. A lot of first grab woes for the North American defense. Returned by Clown. JP's going to be able to have some sort of walk here. See if the spam will get him at will. Matin headed for stand. No nades there.
The enemy
2 more now needed for the Americans to remain in the series. Fire on a big back right. See if he's been spotted. Clear coming in from JP in the front left. He's going to take Stork completely out of the play, so it's just up to Implo. Implo and Fire will trade discs, and it'll go in favor of Fire. So he'll move this one over mid. Not there for a return just yet. Fire going to be looking for a toss. Still looking for a toss. And a little bit of delay there, but no NA players in the area, so no danger for them. Matin will toss this one up towards Implosions. A little bit of spam will head his way pretty soon. Ringo actually a nice up and under midair. Implo will get rid of him, and Matin will hold. So, for the time being, the Americans will stabilize. Tons of chain coming on to Matin from JP. And Implo in some trouble as well. Matin's just going to have to spew this. The spam from EU will be there in time on the stand. Clown needs a toss. Clown needs a toss. Throws it over towards Matin. He'll be able to pick that one up. Ringo looking for a toss. Or grab, excuse me. Not able to get there in time. JP misses the overhead shot.
The enemy captured your flag.
And Matin will float down and pull NA to within 1 of remaining in the hope zone. So the copium not dead just yet for the Americans. Again, this is map 2 of 4 on the American servers. NA needs to score 8 on 3 of those, 7 on at least 1 more. Ringo gone, out full. Busy trying to make it over mid here on the other side. He's going to clunk a little bit, and he will eliminate his chaser. A little bit of a favor there for Clown. JP the only one on the other side, so you'd expect him to get chained out rather shortly. Implo will be holding for now. Ringo and Matin going to be doing the hold for Team EU. Still looking okay for the Americans, and the flag is returned, so now EU unable to make the holds. A complete reverse of what we saw on the American servers. Just the ping and the chain guns here kind of holding both teams true on the standoffs. Ringo going to fly that one off, but gets a big grenade from Matin, and nobody there from EU to hold it for just this moment. Clown's going to try it, and no spam from EU is there. So NA is still alive. 7 caps into it. They would prefer to put up 8 so they can use one of the other maps as their 7 cap game. JP coming in from that left side route, gets body blocked a little. Looks like he just barely clipped Stork there on the exit route. EU flag not over mid. Nobody looking for toss. T's going to make this return. Ringo has a chance to go in. Matin saves it. A big midair from Matin and Implo. The train coming down mid. Implo able to make the return there, but in the process puts the European flag in the field. I think he will take that deal. Fire starting on a big right route. JP on the left. And you would expect Ringo to be somewhere on the right here as well. And there he is, coming down the right side front fast. See if he'll elect for the first grab. And again, North America just does not respect that Ringo will first grab every time. And he's just doing it. There's no damage being put onto him. And he's just taking the flag for free. So I don't know if NA is just not expecting the speed on those first grabs from Ringo. And they need to secure this. They have 5 players in their base right now. They need to secure, or this is going to be a cap, and that is a cap. Disaster for North America. 5 players back, and they can't secure. And that'll mean 3 on Brynhildr for Europe. So danger, danger zone. Europe now sitting with 5 caps, and all they need is 2 more to equal the North American point score from the first couple of games. 3 more, and that would mean the series is in hand for the European squad. So NA has got to lock it down on the upcoming maps, Elite, and what do we have? Ingonyama. Got to lock it on those maps. Ringo doing a little bit of the hop there. Slightly controversial spot. You can kind of scale the rocks back there and burst up some speed. Clown and Bizzy trying to make the return here. They need this to happen. And they won't get it. Oh, boy. Big bad news for the Americans. If this goes to 4, absolutely awful for the Americans. 4 on Brynhildr for Europe. And EU is within 1 of making the series a guaranteed tie. So NA not proving as dominant on the European servers, or excuse me, on the North American servers, as the Europeans were trying to make this one an 8-4. So respectable, but 4 on the board is a lot more than NA would have preferred. So now we sit at 16-6 on the North American servers, and 1 more capture for the Europeans will turn this into a full tie game. 2 more, and the North Americans are guaranteed a loss. And as we move into the third map here, the North Americans have got to be aware of the point spread. They've got to be tracking that. Europe here probably just going to try to put some points on the board, I would expect. They don't need a win. They just need some more caps. So you might see some sneaky caps, some maybe give up a couple of caps and have some reroutes running. Fire there on a pseudo front to back. Clown on the similar deal. He'll be able to put this one home. Looking for a pass into Matin. 2 offense. Still full health here for the Europeans. Wisely. No return. Or excuse me, it was Oob for the Americans, but slightly similar
Captured your flag.
to the Minora game here. The Americans will take 30 seconds. First run. They'll put a cap on the board. Ringo sitting on the left, excuse me, that was Captain T, who had a disc fired after and landed on an offense player after he died. JP trying to do some clearing here. Ringo from the high right, fire the grab threat, and he will be dispatched. JP still with some health, though, but Implo and Stork will be well aware of the possibility. Bizzy takes a 1-2 midair. Matin going to be able to float this one up over mid. a little early on the toss, so T should be able to, I stand maybe corrected. No, T will return this one. And Fire just floats barely over the top of the flag. I think he was probably looking for that, just didn't quite have the downward momentum that he needed. Ringo in a big back left here, so we're going to jump on board with him as he pops past us. And we'll see if he takes the back route. JP grabs on the front in front of him. Probably by design there. I think Ringo probably called that he was spotted, and JP said, all right, I'll take the front grab. Hard to look in both directions at once. And the Europeans will make that flag home. Ringo, good damage on the Implosions as well. So Ringo making the most of his time here in the base. And Fire has a real shot at a return. Fire gets bounced up over the top. Matin picks it up. So Matin saving disaster for the Americans. Again, any caps here are borderline the end of the series for the Americans. You cannot think that they'll be able to hold Europe to 0 caps on Ingonyama. So they really, really got to make sure that Elite is their golden egg here. They got to hold them to 0. JP trying to fly up towards the stand. Implo dead. Fire might have the return on the other side. Matin there again, but Fire this time will come out on top of it, and nobody left for NA. Clown makes a single shot to delay a little bit. But doom is the sound of that cap for the Americans, as it is now 7 on the board for the Europeans through 3 maps. 1 more, and that will be the end of it. You gotta wonder if NA knows they can't let any more through. Clown tossing that one just over the top of Fire. It'll land in the dirt. Matin picks that one up. T dead. 4 players back for a little bit for the Americans. They'll secure. Ringo playing top crane. On the other side, a player goes down, but Stork's not going to be there in time to return. He'll get cleared out by the spam from the Europeans. Implo, 1 health left. Throws it over towards Matin. A lot of damage here is going to come through from the Europeans. Americans in trouble. Implo going down towards it. JP's going to have that return. And on the other side, Clown will save the game for the Americans. So Stork's going to fly up in the mid. Doesn't get it anywhere. JP's going to make that return. And we will fly back down onto the stand. Ringo looking at a wide left here. Flag going to go into the hands of Bizzy. Ringo dispatched by Implosions. Bizzy doesn't have anybody helping him, though. JP's going to make that return. Fire looking for a grab from the right route. He's going to try to throw it up in the mid. It might get over to Ringo, who's already here, and Chase isn't early enough to get there, so they're going to make this one all the way home. North American offense not quite here yet, so scary, scary times. Ringo going to pick this one up, and the NA offense has been full stopped. Nobody left on a route here, and they're going to get cleaned up, and this could do it. If Europe is able to secure this one, all the front crush in the world coming through for the Americans, but it's going to be a little bit late. Ringo flying up. Likes to toss that one into the back. Europe making sure they can secure this one. Bizzy sitting on the right side now. Ringo dead on stand. Bizzy looking for a turn, and whoo! Americans wipe the sweat from their brow. And the return happens 5 minutes into it. All tied up. And we will go into standard positions. Fire looking for the right route. Not there. Is there a back coming? There is. So JP's coming from the back. And you gotta believe he's been spotted. He has. Blue flag goes through stand. JP spotted and still just takes the flag. The defense for the Americans were staring at him the whole time, and he just waltzed through. Kind of an interesting circumstance there for the Americans. Matin's going to throw it over to Implosions. 3 players alive, all with full health here for the Americans. Excuse me, Europeans. Implo and Matin in a ton of trouble. This is going to be rough. Ringo's going to make the return. JP has the flag on the other side. Bizzy gets knocked off stand. They don't have a grab. Stork is there. Stork's going to go down. The return happens, and it is over. We'll see if they elect to play it out. But that's it. The Europeans have put up 8 on the North American servers. So it may elect to play out the rest of the games just for pride, but EU will take the virtual trophy for the show match, as they have equaled, or excuse me, surpassed the American point totals from the European servers in only 3 maps. So there's a whole nother map to go. And still 13 minutes left in this one. Fire looking towards stand now. Bizzy trying to make some sort of hero play. Implo will be the one to knock Fire away. And the Europeans now playing for the win here. Actually leading on the North American servers. Giohm's going to throw this one back down into Fire's hands. Matin not going to be able to do enough there just yet. A little bit of a spew from the red flag, but it'll go over towards Giohm. Clown takes a ton of spam on the other side, and a good chance for the Europeans to return on this one. 2 versus 1. Ringo now trying to outduel Matin, and Matin will come out on top of that one. He'll be able to pick it up in field. I'm going to try to throw this one towards someone. JP makes the return on the other side, though. Bizzy has been dispatched. Clown, the only player for the North Americans even anywhere near this. Gonna try to put some damage onto JP. Doesn't do it.
Captured your flag.
Fire captures the flag, and Europe now up by 2 on a North American home server. And JP walks it out of the base. Ringo gonna try to look for this one. A lot of players there for NA, and Fire again. So the camp, just a revolving door right now on the North American stand. Bizzy trying to get out to the right here. Fire is going nowhere. He's staying in the left. You gotta wonder if anybody's coming to him. And he, I believe, is just going to elect to oob that flag. So that one will go back onto the stand. And T will do the same. We'll pop a look at the scoreboard here. About halfway through on the North American servers. And you know, pretty even across the board here. EU actually at the moment almost dead even with NA in terms of slaying, which is not what you want to see on your home servers. JP pulls this one actually all the way over mid. Clown the only one here for the time being. See if he makes the catch. Ringo over the top of him. Matin able to make that one out the backside. Stork not able to put enough damage onto Ringo to make him drop, but he'll get the toss over to JP. Clown and Bizzy in the area now. And the flag will go back over into the hands of Giohm. So Europe will secure. On the other side, looking like they may have some trouble. Fire in the pit here with 3 players. Ringo now able to put some spam onto him. And oh, nobody's picking it up. Nobody's picking it up. 3 players here still. Return comes in for the Americans. So a 2-man return for the Americans. Bizzy dies on stand. T is going to be out to the left side. He's going to go down shortly to some chain gun. The flag has just been sitting there for the Europeans on the stand. Implo going to come up to the top side, throw it over to Matin, but the E-grab is there from Fire. And the crash will come in for the Europeans. Fire buying a ton of time. So we'll see, actually going to be a 4-man D up. And they're just going to trust Stork to be able to make the return, and he will. JP now, and they'll dunk it. 2-3. So the Americans just playing to try to save their pride at this point and not drop a map to the Europeans on the NA servers. And the blue flag dropping into the hands of Matin. Fire coming in from the right, unspotted, and he'll move. Clown going to be sitting on the right hill here. Bizzy will be chained out as he tries to put some chain into Fire. Matin doing a little bit of damage, but it'll go over to the hands of Giohm. JP with a nice shot. Clown is going to go down. Implo will be the last one alive. And Clown's actually going to save it for a little bit, but not long enough. Ringo will make that return. The flag is going to go on to the European stand. Flag is in the field, and Bizzy will put it back. And we are at 3-2 in favor of the Europeans here on the 3rd map here on the Virginia servers. So NA not able to put on the best showing here on Elite. Again, the Europeans capping out all but 1 of their maps. And the Americans here only 2 points halfway through this one. That one will land in bounds. But the chaser will be there, so Bizzy will be able excuse me, to secure that one. He's going to elect to hold in field, and the crash is there from the Europeans. Both flags return to stands, and we have 8 minutes left. So as we start the excuse train for the Americans, you got to wonder, are they going to bring up having to play on Frankfurt? Are they going to bring up the Europeans having better ping to the American servers? What are they going to use? What will be the excuses? Did they get tilted by the lags on map 2 of the day? Where's the copium? What is it? As the Europeans have this one in hand as a reminder. With their 3 caps on this map, they have totaled 8, as the Americans were only able to put up 7 across all 4 on the European servers. And of course, point differential acting as our tiebreaker across 8 maps, 4 on NA, 4 on EU. And flag will get returned by Ringo. Matin will have enough spam to pull down fire, but JP on the other side still alive. Looks like he's just trying to float this one up into mid. Ringo, and now they're just playing with him. Ringo and JP playing the 2-man game into mid, and Ringo's going to make it over mid. Oh no. JP's going to pick it up, and Europe playing with their food. JP now down to the base, so it won't be an immediate cap, but nobody there in time for the Americans to make the play, and Ringo will make it double the Americans total on Elite. And we will jump in for a listen-in with the European squad.
He's dropping on me.
One right drop.
Right.
Dropping. 5.
Right now. He's clean.
Probably me.
Yep. We're home. Ooh.
Yeah, so they.
So they. I'm
JP
open
will
right
need.
side.
That's my bad. With you, 5.
He's left side. I'm 5 out.
I'm by stand.
Is he
Nice,
died?
good damage.
You're down.
They have big
Still
D.
D.
If you can kill him quickly, it's good.
They're trying to come in slow, syncing up.
Load the damage.
This
That's
is
spear.
really
Good
hurt.
spear.
They might have even given up on this.
What's the stand, I think? What's stand? Left now. Left and front.
Nice
I got the
start.
front.
I'm base.
Putting
Base.
the
It's,
front.
Team.
it's free, it's free. Everything's dead.
Nice.
The enemy
Left
captured
crossing
Go
now.
back
right in
left.
front route.
Bases on the back.
Down left.
Bases on
Not
the back.
dead. Martin's right. I'm watching this back.
Pretty hunted, I guess.
I'm dead actually.
I'm on a
Right
huge.
and 2.
As you can tell, Europeans all business. Not much giggling. Nothing doing. They are here to win it, and they are winning here on this elite map. So they will, if they continue to control this game, they'll win not only on total points scored, but also on map score. They will take one off the Americans here, unless something changes in the next 5 minutes. Clown's going to pull this one through mid. Tons of chain into him. He's going to just dump it in the bowl and hope somebody can get to it. Matin trying to put some chain into Captaintea, but T, woo, actually team killed by the other chaser there. NA will secure this one. Matin going to try to take a GJ up. Giohm the only one who has a chance at this. And nothing doing.
The enemy captured your flag.
So NA trying to save their pride here, not to drop a game to the European squad on their own server. Fire will slide through to the left, try to do some clearing. All 3 now left routes from the Europeans. Nothing doing. Fire still has some health. See if we see anything happen from him, but he will get blown up by the remaining defense. Both respawning now. Matin's going to come up over the top. He's electing to take it really high. Throws it down towards Implo. Goes wide. Nobody looking for it, and Ringo just returns it! A absolute miss from the North Americans in the passing game, and Europe returns a flag that had no business going back to their stand. Absolute flub from the American team in the field there. That was a guaranteed cap if anybody just looked at the flag. And their passing has been bad all night long. The Americans put the flag in the dirt more than they put it in the hands of a teammate. And you gotta wonder, if that's what's put him in a losing position here today. Ringo flying up onto the right side, busy down. Hoping a little bit with the chase there. He'll respawn, leave it in the field, but JP was somewhere in the back for the Americans, and that's actually going to allow him to bring it home. Maybe not home. A little short here. He'll try to throw it over to Giohm. Giohm, nice speed coming out of the base, and he'll be able to scoop that one up. In a bit of a weird spot. Would not prefer to see him stop there. I would like to see him keep going and kind of loop up that bowl. And that'll mean
Your flag.
a cap for the Americans. Again, just trying to make it a little less embarrassing, hoping they don't drop a game to the European squad. Clown going to be moving out to the right side now. Going to fly this through mid. T and Giohm trying to put some damage onto him, and maybe an equalizer here, but Clown takes a little bit of a bump. Some impulse from a grenade, knocks him into the side of the stand. Bizzy needs a toss now, no health left. Throws it over towards Clown. Clown's going to be able to pick that one up. Stork going to be able to make that return in the mid, but a ton of crash here from the Europeans, and the flag goes straight into the hands of fire. And with 2.5 left, the Americans down 1. Entering probably a little bit of desperation mode now. You don't want to lose a map. You lose on cap differential, okay, you know, everybody won on their own server. But if you lose a map, that's got a little bit more sting to it. JP moving out to the right here. Again in midair, you can exit the oob for 5 seconds total before the flag returns. JP making use of the features there, and the flag is returned on the other side, and oh boy, can they hold this one off? No, they can't. 6-4, and JP makes the gap 2 in favor of the Europeans. And with 2 minutes to go, NA, as their backs against the wall, we're going to jump in with them for a listen and see how the comms are.
We're moving.
One left, one
Is
right.
there front right?
Fuck it.
Back right, I think.
On my knee, I'm
Back right.
I
staying
can't
under.
focus. I
Hold
need
on.
you.
One chain.
I'm under again.
This one
I
back.
have this.
They have to come up.
Skill.
I'm back left.
I need you.
See?
One left.
Fronts, or
Stop that left.
He's just gonna
another front left, another front left.
Okay.
I'm good with you.
Get
I
out.
need it.
So,
Nice.
okay, JP is just on the right. Just get on here. Set. Gonna go.
They fucked the pass.
That's just
Understand. He's probably
It's just
mid.
walking mid.
yeah, there's 1 minute.
This one. I am left.
They missed pass.
The front. I can't get him. He's on stand.
He's super low.
I'm back left with you.
Nice.
I need someone.
One front.
Back left.
Bad.
Well,
Damn.
shit.
Well, shit.
They have catch.
I can make this home, kinda. Oh, they have.
I
Oh, nice.
Ringo hit a shot.
You DJ that back and we get a cap and then a grab? Probably not, huh?
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Damn.
Are we gonna play Ingo?
I don't know.
Okay, not. Is that point, right? Is it?
It's not really too much point now.
No.
Your team won the match.
And you can hear it there. Defeat in the voices of the Americans, dropping elite to the Europeans on their own server. So a tough day for the North Americans. Put up 7 caps across the 8, across the 4 games in the European servers, and put up a loss on the 3rd map on their own server. So we'll see what the teams elect to do here, if they will elect to play another game or if they will drop off and go. Busy.
The enemy captured.
Jokingly, I'm sure, sticking in chat that they pick Cryosis, but the Americans throughout the day plagued by standoff and passing troubles. Just hard throughout all of the games. And thecaptaintea just laying it on, lathering on the hurt for the Americans in the chat, saying we need to do Ingo to find out how much better EU is than the NA. So at this point, Europe is riding high. And we will see how things go. And it looks like we are going to play the fourth map here. So countdown timer has started, and we'll get into the fourth again, just for pride, this one. Series has already been clinched, both on point differential and map scores by the Europeans. Europeans currently sitting at a 5-2 win total on map score. And I couldn't tell you anymore in terms of total caps. But rest assured, it's a lot more. Probably like double. So, we get back into it. Fourth and final map of the day. Clown gets booped off of the stand. Bizzy will be able to make this one out, as will JP. And we'll see if the passing is any better on the final map for the Americans. I'm going to hold this one for now. 4 players back for the Americans. So they got to secure this one, and they will. Actually, all 5 back to secure the flag for the Americans, perhaps recognizing their passing woes. And we will finally enter a standard standoff. Cute Mommy 69. Don't say Team NA. There's no Canadian representation. None of the Canadians that play this game are good enough to be on either of these teams. As we go back into a full standoff. Flag goes over the left side. Might be a return here for Team NA, and there will be. And Clown now looking for a toss on to stand, and that'll be 1-0 for the Americans. So starting off on a high note, looking like NA is not completely tilted all the way through just yet. And we will jump on board with Implosions to see how the defense is doing. We'll be looking for a toss here pretty soon from Clown, you would expect. Do some more cleanup. Again, NA just D'd up here, trying to make sure things are all secure. Implo will hold for now, as will Giohm. Ringo coming through on the right here. We'll see if Implo is expecting that. And he should be aware, so no more surprises if you'll remember. On the European Ingonyama, Implo took a couple of surprise shots in the back from Europe. So we'll see if he's a little more aware of that this go around. Both teams able to stabilize. First round of Crash has been dispatched. And we will see how everybody holds in a full standoff. Implo trying to do some damage into T, and Clown dead already with it. And EU's going to make that return. Gonna look on the other side of the map if Giohm is doing any better, and both flags will return. So neither team able to hold this one for too long. Clown able to pick that one up. T and JP in hot pursuit, and the flag again in the dirt for the Americans. Clown with a little bit of a spew there, and picks up his own pass actually. Dead again. Bizzy going down for it. He's going to take some spam, and it actually just goes into the hands of thecaptaintea. The story of the night for the Americans. Flag goes in the dirt, and the Europeans are able to spam home the return. So we'll stay at 1-0 in favor of the Americans on our fourth and final map here in Virginia. Ringo sitting on the back of the stand. JP flying up towards the left side. Bizzy got a spawn on him, so he'll get chained out. And that'll be Bizzy respawn, so I'm assuming that's Oob. It is. And Giohm has a chance here, but Americans will make it 2-0. But Fire didn't make a DJ on his way in there, and he's going to be able to just trade this one back. No! Big grenade lands in his lap from Matin. And you have to wonder if that was a bit of an ill-advised DJ there from Fire. Might want to just save his health. Nonetheless, both flags go back to the stands. And we will now jump on board with Captain T to see how his day is going on the defensive side. Cast a curse, chained out immediately. But he will be looking for something through mid. Throws off a pot shot. Just trying to do some damage on the enemy chasers. He's going to see Clown here, and his pass is wide to the side. 3 players back again for the Americans, and actually a return is made. So Europe not able to hold against 2. And Implo is just trying to float into the stand. Implo needs to throw this flag. Why is Implo still holding the flag? Why do you still have the flag? Finally, just barely gets it over to Clown. A stroke of luck for Implo that he survived so long on so little health. Other people looking for damage on the potential passes, but NA just, again, with the passing, and Implo barely gets this one off to Clown. Clown's sitting in the middle of 3 chain guns. Not a fun place to be. Implo will hold this one for now, and it looks like NA might stabilize T. Not a point of damage has been done. And as I say that, he's immediately dead. Both teams look like they will be securing. Implo has it on the American side, but Stork, as I say that, makes the return. T not able to make the E-grab, gets bumped just a little bit, and Clown's going to make this 3-0 in favor of Team NA. And we will jump on board with the Team NA Chaser. Looking at Stork. Stork looping around the side here, trying to get some damage onto JP. Giohm has spotted him. Did not spot the toss coming from JP here, though. Stork just trying to draw some fire, looks like, and the flag will get returned. So we'll look at the pass onto the stand here. Not quite right in the arms of anybody. Bizzy just holding for now. Gets midaired by JP, and JP gets dispatched as well. T going to be able to make an nice C-grab. Full health out to the right. Bizzy gets a good spawn, but the crash is still here for the Europeans. So Implo now trying to secure with the rest of his squad. Going to try to throw it up onto the top. Makes it, but it's on a platter for JP. Passing woes again for the Americans, and EU will make the return. 3-0 here, about 7 minutes in. We'll do a quick scoreboard check. Nothing too crazy on either side. The Americans, of course, a little bit more slaying on a slay-heavy map, but Fire, big backdrop route. He'll throw this one over into the arms of Ringo. Matin not able to make that one, make that shot happen. Tons of damage onto the stand. Stork the only one here now. He's going to have to punt. He's not even able to punt. This one's going to go over to Ringo. Bizzy there. No, he'll go down. Implo will go down. Ringo able to pick up the flag. Respawns, gives it to Ringo. Excuse me, Giohm. Flag is timed in field for the Europeans, and this is going to be 3-1.
The enemy captured your flag.
Clown DJ just tries to get through mid, punts it almost straight up into the air. Giohm's not going to be able to get under it just yet. Americans not able to get to it either. Ringo trying to make a swipe at the flag there, but tons of full health players for EU sitting on that one in the field. Flags will return to normal. Back route from JP was murdered immediately. Ringo has a little bit better luck, but gets spawned on by Implo, and he'll try to throw that one into the Oob, and it looks like he did get it all the way out there. Fire might have a bit of a scoop chance. Nope. He will sling it back in towards stand, wisely so. Fire recognizing that flag had no chance of pickup, and he'll slide this one at least into 3/4 mid, but Stork's nades will land onto him. And he'll hold that for a moment. No, he respawned. Stork missed it. Oh, whew. The flag oobed, and JP had the perfect time. 3-2.
The enemy captured your
Woof. Americans not having much better of a go on Ingo. Might be hurting their ego. Don't call me a rapper. JP on the back moves this one up at least, and Fire makes the return. And T will catch this one in mid. Gonna be moving towards base. Some grenades will actually punt that a little bit further up the hill. Some crash here. Matin has a good chance at it. Gets killed off. Stork still trying to make some spam happen. Implo now there as well. Bizzy now as well. Every single player had their hand in it, which means nobody was watching the stand. And JP again, home free. So kind of a two-story game. The inability to pass for the Americans and the revolving door on the camps. But Implo will try to make this one in. Kind of an odd DJ. Just slams into the front of the rock. Matin looking to slam it. Grenades not there in time, and NA will make it 4-2. Fire now flying out the left. Clown with the best shot at him here. He's going to take it even wider. A lot of red up in the sky here. We'll see if he makes a toss. He tries to throw it over. Ringo will make the catch. And he will hold for the foreseeable future until Fire will pick it up. Not a lot of crash left. Just Clown and Implo here, and neither of them will have an angle. And EU will pull it back to 4-3. JP on a regrab, but this time the return will get made by Clown. Nobody there to make the toss. Matin looked like he had been spotted. He took a pretty heavy disc, but he'll be able to make this one at least most of the way home. Kind of a weird off-brand toss to Clown here, and he needs to either DJ or throw immediate. Yeah, there you go. DJ and toss over to the hands of Matin. And Fire trying to make the return on Implo's face here. Nobody here for Implo. Just kind of punts it over towards Clown. Clown gets sent way up into the air. Ringo the last hope here. And the Americans will make it 5-3. No regrab this time from Ringo. Stork will put it back on the stand. JP leaving on a big wide left here. Ringo and Fire wide rights. So the Europeans electing for bigger routes. Clown on the other side is going to be out, and he will not beat the incoming offense. So JP will make that one all the way home. Clown now going to be looking for a toss. And looks like Matin was waiting for it. Still not passing. Clown just holds. Matin kind of spent a lot of time waiting there in base, it looked like. So unsure if it's miscommunication or what happened there. Implo now floating up, trying to get some damage into people. 3 men back for the Americans, and they're in trouble. Clown, no health left. Fire there. The spawn from Implo and Clown both get onto it. So a couple of good spawns will save the Americans the embarrassment of losing to 3 players. And the flag's in the dirt again, and Ringo will make the return. Sloppy passing again from the Americans. And T putting a little bit of a taunt in chat, using the V-chat. And Clown will come onto the base. Nobody there on the stand. He might just elect to move it, and he doesn't. He's just trying to do a little bit more clearing. 3 men back now for the Europeans. Busy trying to make that out. He will be out 3/4. Ringo bringing it up over mid. Stork able to make that return, and it'll be 6-3, barring a Fire grab here, and he does. So Fire able to save the cap for the Europeans. Matin's going to pick this one up. Takes a big shot. A midair nade from thecaptaintea, and NA in all kinds of trouble. Just destroyed. JP and T putting the pain down, and that results in Fire bringing it to within 1 for Team Europe. Not a single chance of holding that one in the front here. T and JP putting on a clinic on their returns all series long. I'm going to follow Fire in here, see if he can drop down. Stork wise to his ways. We'll bounce him off of it. Front right will be coming in soon. Ringo elects to just stop, so we'll be looking for JP on the 3rd route, but he's nowhere near. 6-4
The enemy captured your flag.
in favor of the Americans. Busy flying out to the right. JP will get chained out into mid here, so Stork will keep that one. And blue flag looks like it may have gone oop. So both flags will reset down into the 6-4 range. Back left route. Fire is way gone out to the right. He needs a toss. He'll actually crater down into the right side, which will give Stork the ability to return, and Captain T will do the same for the European side. Matin actually dropping onto him, trying to put some damage into him. Giohm seems to be able to back him up here, although Clown there as well. So the Americans committing a lot to keeping that flag alive down in the front of the European base, and they'll actually make it all the way home. So nice save from the Americans there, preventing an instant return, and maybe kept. Stork going over the top. Not sure if he's aware of JP. He is. And he lands a shot into the top of JP. JP throws that one off to Giohm. See where JP spawns at. It's a long spawn. So stand here. Good chance JP misses a toss. And this has got to be a return for the Americans. Giohm flying down towards it. You got to have this, guys. And Matin will, in fact, make the return. Ringo flying up over the top. Clown here trying to make a little bit of a grab. Giohm puts some damage into him. Toss will get transferred into Matin. Matin will bounce off Giohm and actually float out into mid. And it will go into the hands of Bizzy. Ringo on a front right. Moving nice and quickly. And it looks like he'll make that home. A nice side speed toss to Giohm. Giohm taking some pain. So a little bit of trouble here, but Giohm's able to clear them both out with one shot. Not a problem for the European home D. And we'll see how the Americans are doing on the other side. Flag again in the dirt for the Americans. Americans are dead again, and that's going to be a return. See if the other side is true. Ringo able to scoop it up. So now the Americans in trouble. Matin trying to walk this one out the front. Not taking a DJ just yet. Flag's going to be picked up by Giohm. Bizzy there. Not enough damage just yet, and Ringo will keep that one alive. Takes a big disc to the side of the head, and a chance here for Bizzy. Not able to move it away, and whoa, the return is made. And on the other side, Fire will not be able to do the same. So the Americans are going to need some crash onto this, but T will be there just in time. JP looking for a little bit of a clear. Looks like Ringo called him off, and Ringo will be out on the backdrop. He's going to fly up into mid. Not quite as far as he would like to go. Slams down into no man's land. And the return should be made here. But both of them dead. Ringo and Fire exchanging big damage onto the offense. Oh, and Matin's able to do it in his face. JP on a regrab. This time the Americans are ready. And we will go back into standard offense. Again, even though the Americans are winning the fourth map on their server here, they did drop Elite, and they have already lost in terms of point differential. So this is solely a pride match. The Europeans have clinched a win here. Matin trying to go for stand. Just elects to fly over the top of it. Actually flies all the way out to the side. Now it's all up to Clown to hold this. JP putting tons of damage down. Matin able to pick that one up. Ringo in the back of the base. Not sure if that was a pass or a scoop. He's going to throw that one over into the hands of the captaintea. Matin throwing this one over to Implosions, and we will enter a full standoff as soon as T is able to make it back to his base. JP still alive, still putting damage down onto the American defense, but they will stabilize for the time being. Lots of chain into Matin. Giohm able to hold it for now. Tosses it just under Captain T, so a chance there for the Americans. We'll see if their flag is in any better shape. Nope. JP will be dispatched. Fire will be the last man remaining, and Matin will apply the chain gun. Clown, no chance on the other side. He will be dispatched shortly. T tosses it over into the hands of Giohm, who is Midaired by Bizzy, so some chances here for the Americans, but he gets the toss off all the way over to the left into Captain T's hands on the other side. Implo and Matin stable. Ringo going around the back, so actually let's jump and see The last time Ringo went back here, but the return will actually happen for the Americans. So Ringo this time now going to be caught a little bit too far out of position, but JP able to make the grab off into mid and into the hands of Giohm. So NA not able to capitalize just yet. Matin tries to throw it towards Stan. Flags in the dirt. Way down into mid, and this is going to give EU a ton of time to crash. JP's not even going to bother. He's just going to take it out and waltz his way home. Gets the kill onto Bizzy even, and Giohm makes the return. A nightmare for the Americans, and now 6-4 becomes 6-5, and Europe has a chance of sending this to overtime. So the Americans now iron out of position is the North American defense. Ringo takes a DJ home. Kind of a clunky DJ, but he ties it up. 6-6. The Americans not looking for him, and Ringo again making them pay on the first grabs, just not ready for him. And 6-6 on what is only a pride match for the Americans. And you gotta wonder what is going on in their voice comm right now. JP out on the other side. Matin, luckily for the American squad, will bring that one back to his base as well. And with 15 seconds left, we might be looking at our first overtime of the night, if nobody can get a return here quickly. Again, the overtime rules in Midair are 5-minute period of overtime, and Clown will actually make the return. Before we get there, Ringo's able to make the camp. T's making the return. Ringo's going through mid. As long as there's a flag in the field, overtime will continue. Actually, well, we still have a timer. T's going to go down with that one. Matin just barely gets the return in front of JP, but fires on the route again. And all night long, the Americans have been letting out the regrabs. And if this is it, oh no. A picture-perfect ending. NA goes even with EU on the American servers, while the Europeans didn't even make it look close on the European side. The Americans getting absolutely blown out in terms of the series, and you got to imagine that the Discord chat is going to be fire for this one. Let's jump on in with the winning squad, and we will see how they feel.
Nail in the coffin.
Oh,
Easy. Easy, boys.
Team Europe absolutely taking it to the Americans on both servers. Ringo out on first grabs, JP and T making returns all the time. A revolving door for camps. What did you guys make of that series?
I think they might have won if you played Sin, actually.
Yeah, honestly, I think
they were
if
missing like an X factor.
I think they had a little bit too much European influence as well. I'm just going to say it. Easy win. Easy fucking win. Never any question. Never any doubt.
Never any doubt from the Chaser. I wanted to ask you guys, the whole game, I had been watching Giohm a lot. I haven't been seeing Giohm play a lot recently, and he was holding it down on home D. How did you guys evaluate the defensive performance?
Yeah, Giohm was a god. And that
Very
was
good.
he only gave he only started trying on the third game. It was just free. We didn't even need it before that.
True.
What do you have to say to the copium from the Americans that you play with lower ping on the American servers?
Is that what they're saying?
There's copium floating about.
We play with lower ping on the American servers than they do.
Than they play with on EU, yes.
Well, I mean, we still beat them on 2 maps, so
This is true. This is true.
speak for itself.
I don't know. So, I mean, obviously we won on the day. But also, I can't remember who it was, but someone thought that American team was just going to beat us on the EU servers. So, shout out to whoever that said that. Spot on.
I do wonder, JP said it, I do wonder what would happen if we had played NA servers first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the pressure was off of us a little bit, honestly, once we, like, crushed the maps. Like, I think if they were under slightly less pressure, maybe we don't win maps, but, you know.
Were you guys aware that you had won based on point differential halfway through Elite?
Yeah.
We hadn't.
We needed 3.
We hadn't thought about it.
We only needed 3.
Huh.
Out, didn't we?
No, we only needed 2 or something, didn't we?
I'm not sure. But
It was
I
very
wanted to win
small.
anyway. It didn't feel right winning on point difference.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
If it
when
went
you
4-4,
did,
we should play another map.
6-2 map score. All 4 games on the European servers, not even close. And Pride of the Americans really just destroyed on the NA servers. Were you guys surprised how things went on the NA servers?
Not really.
No.
I mean, obviously,
I-
like
I've-
we have a good enough team that we're always going to keep it close. And I was playing fucking dog shit on EU.
I
and we
thought-
were still keeping it close. So like,
I thought EU would be closer.
I thought it would be, if anything, it would be like the inverse of what happened on EU happens on NA as well. Like they just get NATOs everywhere. But I'm not surprised. I think we obviously do have pretty good ping to NA, and like they don't have chain whores. They have Matin and Implo are kind of busy, but they don't make use of the low ping. I don't feel like nearly as well as we do. So.
Yeah.
I think we
surprised.
clutched. I think we clutched quite hard on the EU server as well on like a lot of fucking crash situations. Like it went our way, like 99% of the time. I think when someone needed to make a play to keep us in it, like so that could have been closer scores on EU.
Yeah, especially
If
on
they got
Bryn,
a
I
little
felt
luckier.
it.
Yeah,
Especially
Bryn, I felt like we stopped them from capping with one guy when everyone else was like 10 seconds away, like 20 times. Like
Fucking easy.
Fucking easy.
smashed it honestly.
Do you guys believe those are the best 5 North American players?
They're 5 individually good North American players. I
Right
don't
now,
know,
probably yes.
maybe they don't
I
have the
think-
best team chemistry, based on the fact that we beat them. You know.
Yeah.
Historically,
sure.
I don't think it's the best NA team by far.
Well, you have a lot of
So
Turtles
it's-
teams to pick from, of course.
Because, well, yeah, you're missing Sharp and Joey, Prime Joey. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the leaderboard, you'd have to fit Sharp and Rex onto the team somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say Rex is Rex. I think would have made it harder for us because I genuinely think he's got more killing power than Clown, for instance, in quite a few scenarios because he will use the chain gun way more. That's my read, but I don't know. I really just think that they don't make use of the low ping.
Yeah, I didn't get really hoard out that
No.
much.
was Clown in that game?
Oh.
Hey, God, Clown was fun. Okay, don't believe
Yeah,
Clown.
no. Out of all the 3 offense players, just to me, it felt like he was the least pressure that game. To be fair.
I mean, maybe, but we were.
That's all I'm saying.
We were on offense. Though. What do
Yeah.
you mean in like standoffs? I don't know.
Yeah, just everything standoffs.
I mean, maybe they'd like they would work together better because let's be real, me and Giohm we've played together loads, and then it's not Fire and Ringo obviously have synergy, and JP on EU at least legit just ran it down mid. So I think perhaps it could have also been a case of we had an easier strat to execute with all of us being more comfortable with it than the Americans. But at the same time, it didn't feel like it didn't feel like they really had a go-to strategy that they knew would work most of the time. Felt like do some bullshit and hope for the best a lot of the times on offense.
Yeah,
we had a super in-depth strategy.
Well, yeah, but it's better than nothing, you know. Like Ringo and Fire time, JP runs it down mid.
I wanted to talk about Ringo on offense specifically across, it seemed like every map, the disrespect that Ringo was giving, both just slamming caps when there was 4 players in his face and first grabbing a ton. We've seen Clown try the first grabs and, he usually get burned out. But Ringo, a lot of the time it seemed like you didn't take any damage on a lot of first grabs with both defense up. Did you have any? Were you bobbing and weaving? What was your play there?
The whole S key, brother. Easy strat. No,
Hold
but usually
S.
they save it for the second or third, so I was just YOLO in. It was good. And we actually said it as a team to actually go for the greed.
Yeah, on NA.
On NA, we said
specifically.
we're going to greed.
just if it's risky, but there's a good chance it would pay out immensely in the form of a cap. Because at the start we knew we were just playing for a better cap differential than them. We were just like, if there's any chance that this works out, just go for it, because they will, over time, their killing power will ramp up and to the point where we can barely even stay alive in our own base. Like there was that one bit on Minora where we had all 5 of us at their base and we held it for like 40 seconds, and that was gonna be happening to us as well. So it's like, let's not even risk it.
I mean, we just changed the second we go NA server. We just got like all 3 routing instead of having someone clearing, and just greed all the fucking first grabs we think we can get away with, all the cap attempts we think we can make.
Filth.
Just made the plays.
I mean, I got out on 1 grab on Ingo at 100 because they thought I was just simply not going to grab in that situation. So, I don't know what their D was necessarily thinking a lot of the time.
They were just, all they were thinking about was, is JP on a DJ back route? Because I ran maybe 50 of them, and I don't think a single one was unspotted. Like,
how did you guys feel about standoffs on the first 4 games? From the stream perspective, NA couldn't hold a flag. It was maybe 10 seconds into most standoffs, and it was returned. Did you guys have any strats on that, or was it just chain gun?
Yeah, me and JP kill them. Whoever is the third on offense can kind of just camp the stand, just in case. But we knew that in 90% of scenarios it was going to be a free return with us too.
A free return. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, there's just like, we just do too much damage. Like Implo has what, 110, 120 ping, and I say it's Clown he's holding with as well. That's another 120 ping against 2 16 ping chain guns. Unless they hit 2 Midairs to start off, they're doomed. So, yeah, it was legit just me and JP go ham.
And in terms of the hold on the other side, did you have the same strategy? Just equip the chain gun, or did you do anything special there?
I think we're going for Midair first, then chain.
My strategy is hold the stand before the flag.
Yeah.
To be honest, just to lose the flag. Who cares about the flag? You just get a camp.
Yeah.
Just don't let them walk and lose the flag. Who cares?
It was more camp heavy because we weren't going to be able to kill them quite as easily. We had freaking crap sync as well, which I think was kind of inherited from EU, where it didn't really matter what we did. It would just work out because ping diff.
I definitely think we played better as the NA games went on, though, for sure.
Yeah. On Minora, I was actually eating the entire time as well, and spending like 20 seconds during respawn eating. So,
have you any plans to play the newly forming Australian All-Star squad?
Dude, like a West Coast server game? I'm down for that, to be honest.
I'd be down.
Yeah. For sure.
What is that? Zui Dose?
Custom's kind of back, dude. He's playing AU games, you know.
I believe it is Zui Dos Merly. Yeah, Custom and what's the guy's name starts with D, I think. Demo?
Demo?
I believe.
What?
He hasn't played in years.
Well,
he's back.
There's a crown up for grabs. The Americans have secured 3rd place. Now it's the 1 and 2 spot to be determined.
Yeah, on a West Coast server that would be pretty fun because we have pretty similar ping, right? Like 170, 180.
I think UK ping's a bit lower. Central Europe
Giohm and
ping's a bit
Ringo
higher.
would get wrecked.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
But like we can just do me and UD, or
Yeah.
Fired and Giohm go offense or something. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we'll see about making it happen. Thank you guys for the show matches today. That is going to conclude EU absolutely destroying North America in the show match today. 4 maps that weren't even close on Europe, and even going even with the Americans on their own server. Thank you guys for watching, and we will be back for Europe versus Australia.